Okay, we're live again.
We're back. We're back.
We're
Let's hope it works this time.
Let's hope it works this time. Also, I forgot that we played like some of it, so should we start it or like continue?
Oh no, I mean you can just continue.
Okay. When we last played? A year ago? Holy fuck! Okay. That's insane. I thought maybe like a few months ago. A year? An entire year
It
ago?
doesn't feel like a year. I feel like it just happened.
I feel like we just played this like 2 years ago. Oh no.
No, for real though.
I don't even know what we're doing.
Yeah, I think we already did that one.
Yeah. I think we should have the
Either
farm.
that or I know there's two different stages in each like section. There's like the There's like the side scrolling one. Yeah, there's Act 1, Act 2. Okay, you did both of those, so
Yeah.
we're done there.
I guess I gotta go to the little portal thingy.
I love how in Sonic's world there's like beautiful architecture and just like this fuck ass spring there.
It's even funnier in like what in Frontiers, where it's just you're just like, oh okay.
I don't know, something about the way that like this sort of like platforming levels design is like someone built this. Someone built this for someone to have to like navigate this terrain.
That's why I think like
Only a specific furry could navigate
a
this.
specific furry can navigate it. True.
Whenever I play games and a character is falling, like my stomach drops every time. I don't know. It's like usually I don't get motion sickness from anything else. It's just when a character is falling, it's like my stomach is like.
It only happens like that happens to me too, like a little only sometimes, yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's just very specific when a character is like falling from somewhere. Anything else, like my body doesn't really react or care. Like I don't really get like headaches or like motion sickness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the falling.
It's just super empathy at this point.
I'm feeling it too much. I'm like, no, they're gonna die.
Like no. Also, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, there's all like the different like Oh yeah, I forgot you kind of had to like fulfill. Oh, you already did that one, yeah. But
So
to collect a certain amount of stuff to like unlock the next stages. It's been a while since I played this. It's been obviously it's been like a year because I just like powered through this game and then like spam played it a bunch and then I haven't played it since just because all I really have left is like trying to S rank everything and the fucking that fucking highway. Is it the highway?
I want to know.
On.
I
Yeah, fucking Radical Highway. That one is so hard to S rank. I've gotten so close. I can't even remember if I actually did it. I S ranked all the bosses. That wasn't too hard. But like the Radical Highway and a couple like horrible to try and S rank. I just remembered I got my little Shadow Maria with like the magnets in their hands.
Oh. Is it like
Yeah, I got these little plushies. I pre-ordered them.
Oh, okay.
They're like little chibi plushies, and they have like magnets in their hands. It's super cute.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen much merch for like Maria like at all. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, I gotta get my credit card out. It's too cute. Honestly, my Shadow like plushie setup is it looks very nice because it has the Shadow and the Maria like chibi in the center, and then all of my other Shadow plushies. I was ordering the Build-A-Bear one when I was in the middle of a camping trip at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I woke up, annoyed the shit out of my siblings because my alarm was going off at like fucking 5 a.m. And I was up there in the middle of the mountains ordering my fucking Shadow the Hedgehog Build-A-Bear.
You're like, you don't understand. It's time.
I know, it sold out so fast, so like people were like, shit. I still want one because it's got bought up so quickly. So I think they opened a couple more like they did a couple more drops because it was just so popular. I guess they underestimated the Shadow fans. They underestimated it. They built different. But yeah, it was like I remember we were planning the family camping trip, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna have to order this in the middle of the fucking mountains. Luckily, there was actually reception there, so it worked. But I was still like, oh god, what
We're
if there's
like
no signal?
we're like ill camping, shadow time.
I know exactly. Like fuck camping, fuck family vacation. I'm getting my Shadow the Hedgehog, stupid ass Shadow the Hedgehog Build-A-Bear. It's so cute though. It's so cute. It has a little Chaos Emerald that he's holding.
Fantastic. All right, I think we found something.
Yeah, can't remember if this one. Oh no, we did do. Man, how far did we get in this game?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
It's been a year, apparently. So.
I know. Okay, there's something up there. There's something up there.
Oh, okay, I thought it'll fall down. I'm like, please. All right, cutscene.
Okay,
We found a cutscene.
I got a decent way through the game then. I couldn't. I thought we were like maybe only like a few stages in.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not a super long game, but like it's very good.
I think you left during the bio lizard fight.
That's you know what? You can fly. I still don't really know how I feel about like the shadow alien lore stuff. Like I kind of don't like it, but part of me also kind of likes it. I don't know. It feels kind of dumb, but I'm also like, I'm sorry. I love weird alien shit, so I also kind of like it.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, it's very surprising. It's very surprising.
For me, it's more like I don't like how it looks on Shadow. Like, kind of looks like out of place, and not like.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
It's very. I don't know. Everything about that game, Shadow the Hedgehog, is just why. Why did they do this? This is so weird.
I don't know. I former seems of playing like Shadow the Hedgehog, like the game proper. Like if they ever make a remaster or a collection or something.
I played part of it. It was funny. I was on vacation. We were staying at this like a condo, kind of like I don't know. This was before Airbnb, but there were other sites where you could rent condos. And whoever like owned the condo had like a PS2. I think it was PS2. They had like a PS2 there with like random ass games, and one of them was Shadow the Hedgehog, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, this game is terrible. See, it's the dichotomy between I love the alien designs and some of like the concepts there, but it just doesn't fully work for me.
Maybe you have to like see what happens in like the next game or something. If they ever make another Shadow game.
Yeah, I'm curious. That was very Dragon Ball Kaioken of him.
I'm sorry I put you on this path, Shadow. But I'm proud of how you have walked it. I believe in you, son.
Shadow!
It's all right, Maria. I'm letting go of that destructive anger.
Based.
Continue to fight. Fight with your wish in my heart. Your wish for everyone to have a chance to be happy.
Oh.
Little
That's so
smiling
cute.
Shadow.
I know, rare smiling Shadow. I actually have a Shadow plush on my Shadow plush shrine that's smiling. I was like, rare smiling Shadow, it's mine.
You like screenshot it, go to CVS, just get a big like poster. Okay, right, there we go.
Frame it. That's what I gotta do. I gotta go to like fucking CVS or whatever, and like print out all my all the Garrus and Shadow screenshots and just like frame them in my room. I already have. It was funny. I had to place an Amazon order recently. I don't have Prime because fuck that. It's too much money.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't use Amazon enough for me to use Prime.
Right.
But I needed to buy something off of Amazon because I fucked up my my hair clippers and I needed to get blade replacements. But it felt like paying the shipping price was like a waste of money. But you only get free shipping if you pay if you have like a $35 order or something.
Right.
So it's like, ah, fuck. So I was trying to find something that I can like fill up the rest of the order that was like something that I either wanted or needed, that I was kind of putting off buying. And I remembered there's a Garrus figure that was on Amazon, and I was like, I can add this. I can add this to the shrine. It's the one that's like, I can't remember what the brand is, but they make like these rubber ducks, and they have them of all these different characters, and they have one of Garrus, and it's so weird looking, but I want it.
I've never seen those.
It's tubs, yeah, those like like rubber ducks or whatever. But yeah, I get to add another Garrus to my collection. Very happy about that. There's some other Garrus figures I want to buy on eBay. They're cheap and they're old, so I should do that soon. But like, they're ugly as shit. But like, there isn't a ton of Garrus merch out there, so like, I just want it because it's Garrus and it exists.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for them to make the Garrus. What's it called? The amiibo. It'll be be worse. The worst looking Garrus you ever seen.
So fucking ugly. Oh no, the one of the oh, this is the stage, by the way. It's been super difficult for me to S rank. There are like some shortcuts in the stage that can really cut down in time, but like, there's a section that I struggle with so much. It's like, oop, you're like sliding down this you're sliding down like a roadway or whatever, and I don't know, it's just so easy for me to just like fall off the side and die, and that just ruins the run instantly.
That was me when I played I was playing Forces. I was trying to S rank everything in Forces. I was just like trying to I had to break the game to get the S rank for certain things, like beat it by like a millisecond or whatever.
Yeah, the time I have to be able to hit for this stage to S rank is like crazy. A lot of the other stages are doable, but like that one is just this one's just been irritating me. Yeah, I haven't played in a while. I've been just gonna play some other games. Obviously, I've been obsessed with Tomodachi Life.
Yeah,
I need to
have.
get back to playing. I need to get back to playing Soul Shorobo. I was doing a replay of that one. Highly recommend it. It's a furry RPG on the DS. I don't recommend buying it. Maybe I shouldn't say that because then you have to illegally play it. But like, there's literally like no reasonable way to legally play it because a cartridge costs like $200 or $400. Actually, no, it was even more insane. It's like $400 or something, because it wasn't like a super well performing game. It's like very underrated, niche, whatever. But I got it when I was a kid because I thought it looked cool. So I actually own the cartridge of it. If I sold it, it would be like $400. I'd get easy $400 right there. But like, I love the game too much, so I'm not going to be selling it. But
you don't only sell it.
Recommend...
No, I say if you only sell it, they're like, all right, we need to make the Second Contact animated film. You gotta fund it yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, I gotta fund it myself. And then maybe I would think about it. But yeah, that's like one of the like random things I own that like actually would sell for a lot right now. But I'm like, no, I actually like it. Most of the things that I like own that are like somewhat kind of rare are things I like too much, so I have no interest in selling. But yeah, no, Soul Shorobo is really great. It's like a true JRPG. It's like a mecha furry JRPG. It has really weird lore, but it's super fun, very charming. They put a lot of like effort into the world building. The characters speak like some weird amalgamation of like French and Japanese. Like they'll like, you know, obviously the text is in whatever language you're playing the game in, but the characters will just kind of like, they'll have like kind of vocal lines that they'll say while they're fighting or like you're reading text. And it's just like purely like a fictional language, but it's like a mix of like Japanese and French. It's really interesting. But yeah, I love the designs in it. Obviously, I love me some robots, so the mecha stuff is really cool. I definitely recommend. It's really, really fun. It's not like a perfect game, but it did a lot of really unique things. For like, it kind of pushed the DS to its limits in terms of some of the like level design and stuff. Like they have this stage that's like a giant crab fishing. So it's like a fishing mini game, but it's like they're giant crabs. And it's like a harpoon fishing thing. I don't know. They did a lot of really unique stuff. They even had like a racing game in it with like
Really?
you turn your mecha into like an airship and you have like a racing mini game. There's like a lot in it, a lot of content. And it's interesting is that when I was first playing it as a kid, there's technically 2 parts to the game. So I thought the game was over when I had played the first part. But there was a whole other second like half of the game and it just kept going. But yeah, it's really fucking cool. It's called Sola Torobo. But don't even bother trying to get a physical copy. It's like basically impossible and you're gonna be broke. I just happened to play it. I just happened to get it when I was a kid, so that's why I even have a physical copy. And it was like maybe $30 at the time. Yeah, it's really cool. I know they've made other games within that universe. I know there's the PS1, the Tail Concerto. That takes place in the same universe. It's like a prequel. They actually have some Tail Concerto characters in Sola Torobo as like side characters and stuff. Actually, I don't know if that's a prequel then, because those characters still exist in Sola Torobo. But regardless, they're in like the same world and stuff. But they also have, I don't know if you've heard of like the Fuga games.
I've heard.
Yeah,
of
that's in the same like kind of, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if lore-wise they're in the same universe, but they're made by the same people who did Sola Torobo and Tail Concerto. So it's the only thing is I haven't played those yet because the gameplay, I don't know if it's my style of gameplay, because Sola Torobo is more of like a traditional JRPG. You know, you got the giant monster baddie that's like almost godlike that they have to fight, you know, all that sort of stuff. But the Fuga is kind of more of like a strategy RPG. So I don't know. I think the only other game of that type that's even remotely similar that I enjoy is Fire Emblem. And even then, like, I can't even say I really enjoy it the same way probably most people that enjoy those types of games. Like, the reason they enjoy them, my enjoyment of it is not quite the same, because I'm very bad at those sort of games. So I don't know. If there's like some sort of demo or they have if I can get Fuga really cheap, then I might try it. Because I really like Sola Torobo. I wish there were more like kind of furry games that were in that sort of like kind of JRPG genre, but obviously that takes a lot more. That's a harder game to make than like visual novels and other stuff like that.
Right.
Since most of like the furry games are like indie content.
I think they exist though for sure. I mean, like Crystalia is like an action RPG and it's like a furry game.
You know what? Probably. I'm like very endeared to like JRPG specifically. There's something about their clothes and like, you know, the vibe of like the designs and stuff that I really, really like.
Yeah, I get that. But like when you were explaining that game to me, I was like, oh yeah, I remembered it. I remembered it because like I know of Fuga, and I played the demo of Fuga before. And
if there's a demo, I need to play it then. I didn't know if there was a demo or not. But yeah, definitely if you're able to find a way to play it, definitely play Soul Torobo. I think you'd really like it. It's very charming. It's super underrated. Yeah, it's cool. It's a really cool game. It's like one of those like true like hidden gems on the DS.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things
awesome.
about that game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not a perfect game. Sometimes the combat can get a bit repetitive, but like it does a lot of really unique stuff for
The DS.
being a DS game. Yeah, it's really cool. You can also like kind of a lot of the stages you like, or just anywhere in general, not just the stages, but even like the various hub worlds, you're like inside the mecha. But the way they write it is interesting. It's not like a Gundam mecha where like it's just the robot. It's almost like they sit in it like a chair. Like their body is like, kind of sticking out. But you can actually dismount the mecha and run around on your own too. But you know, you're very vulnerable in other stages like that, because that's your only way of really fighting besides maybe stunning enemies with like a stun gun. But yeah, no, it's super fun. It's I really like it. I know there's like quite a lot of like furries that have played it, but also like a surprising amount of people that haven't heard of it, and I'm like, how? This is like probably one of the coolest games ever.
I've only like another YouTuber friend of mine, Rennie. She made a video on it. I think at one point.
Yeah, it's so cool. Super underrated game. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try and see if I can play like a demo of Fuga.
Yeah, I played it on PS4 like when there was a demo for it, but I think there should be on Steam a demo.
I gotta try it then. I do have a PS. Well, my PS4 is broken right now. I gotta fix it still. It's just it costs money, so I've been
Yeah.
kind of putting it off. Self-employment taxes, horrible actually.
No, I've like I was watching a video of a YouTuber who was like this like explaining it at one point. I was like, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's like basically a quarter to almost a third of your income goes to self-employment taxes. It's bad.
Yeah, because you're not
And
getting.
then I'm going to like 2 different conventions. It's just as an attendee. I'm not selling anything. And again, I'm still saving a lot of money. I don't actually have to buy like. I'm very lucky. I know a guy who knows a guy type of thing, so I actually don't really have to buy tickets for either of them. But I still have to pay for, hotel, and one of them's like a trip with friends. So we'll probably be doing some other stuff up there too. So it's like, oh, back to back 2 money months for me.
Do you have like little post-its? Let me know post-its. Like little cards with QR code for like second contact, or you're not doing that?
Yeah, I do. Hopefully I can get my stickers in time. I'm not sure how that'll go. I was like, shit, I have to kind of put off ordering stickers just because of self-employment taxes for so much.
Yeah.
So I was like, crap, I gotta get stickers. And the sticker company I ordered from, I wish they had like let me know. I mean, I'm very happy they communicated it in the email, but I wish they communicated it on their page before I ordered, because they said that they have a very high volume orders, and it could take like up to like 15 days just to ship. And I'm like, well, that's when I'm leaving.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and they just have a very high volume order. I don't have a ton of stickers I order. I maybe ordered like 40 stickers. That's like, in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty low, because a lot of people that are doing it are like trying to sell them, and they order more volume of stickers, like a higher volume of stickers than I actually need. But I tried them because I was recommended to it by someone, because they were more affordable. And I tried Sticker App, and they're fine, but like I found that the stickers turned out kind of dark, like the coloring I didn't love.
Oh.
The first time I got stickers, they were from a friend. She actually had a sticker machine, so I got a good deal on that, because she gave me a friend discount and whatever, which is very nice. She makes a lot of her own stickers for her like Etsy shop and stuff.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, the company that I use this time, I mean, I think their stickers will probably turn out nice, and they're really affordable. But yeah, I'm just worried about when they'll arrive. If anything, they'll be there for when I go to Fanime, but I'll only be at Fanime like 1 day, maybe 2 days. But the other convention I'm going to is Niji Fest. It's like a queer anime convention. I haven't been to it before. It's very new and it's very small, so I don't really know what the vibe is, but I'll be there for the whole time. And so that's when I really wish I had my stickers with me, because that's kind of, I use it as part of my socialization technique.
You're like, all right, I make this like webcomic. Here you go.
Yeah, well, I'll basically be like, do you want a sticker? And then like, it naturally leads to people like asking about it. So it's like both socialization and kind of can lead into like talking about my stuff. It's like low-key advertising. But that's pretty normal if you have like a because I don't have a booth selling anything, because technically that's also sort of advertising. You're out there, physically trying to tell people about your work. I don't ever see myself being a convention artist, like in terms of like oh, final boss. Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll have to play another game, or try to S rank something. I don't know. We'll see.
Is he in the game?
This is the final boss.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, we got through most of the game last time. I completely forgot.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, there's still extra stuff. You can still try to S rank bosses. It's pretty fun, actually. The S rank boss fights, or sorry, not the S rank. There's the like hard mode. The hard mode boss fights are really fun.
Sure. We're really early, so like I'm kind of surprised actually.
Yeah, I forgot how far we actually got into the game. I thought we maybe did like the first few stages or something. I didn't realize we were like basically end game.
I thought it was a 6-hour campaign. I guess not. Question mark.
Yeah, it's kind of short. It was like an add-on to the original Sonic generation, so it's not like its own game. It's kind of like it's too long to be DLC, but it's also too short to be like its own game. It's kind of like some sort of addition to the original Sonic generations. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like this game significantly more than the original Sonic Generations. Not that like, not just because it's Shadow, but like it just plays better. It feels better to play than the original Sonic Generations. Like they improved. Whoever did the level design for this, keep them, please. It's been so long since a Sonic game has been like this good, and I know that a lot of people actually really like Sonic Generations. Like it, like reviewed pretty well, but like I played Sonic Generations and it's not even nearly as good as this game. So yeah, whoever's on the team for this one, do not fire them, please. Please, Sonic team, don't fire them.
No, I actually I agree with that. I think my favorite is Generations. This feels much cleaner.
Mm-hmm. I think my problem with Generations is I really didn't enjoy the what's it called, like the 2D stages. Like what's the term for it? It's like the side scrolling ones instead of the
Yeah.
more like 3D. Again, it's whenever I end up talking about games, I sound like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I can never find the words for the things I'm trying to talk about.
Don't worry. Like whenever
It goes with anything. It's like in my head, I know exactly what I'm saying. When I actually go to speak about it, I'm like, this bitch knows nothing.
No, I know how I know it feels with me personally as well. But also like when I stream games too, I'm like I look like a total like dickhead. I'm like, this is so bad. Whenever I play games, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm entering like Aaron Hansen or like levels right out. It's so embarrassing.
I miss old Game Grumps, but I don't know if you've seen Couch Bros. They've been kind of doing really well on like shorts and like reels and TikTok in terms of like advertising their YouTube channel, but like they really give me like old, kind of old Danny and Aaron Game Grumps vibes in like a really good way. It's been very refreshing because you don't really see as much like Let's Play content. Because to be honest, I actually don't really watch much streaming content just because it just doesn't hold my attention long enough. And I prefer to have like multiple people talking to each other. Feels like it's more interesting for me to listen to personally, unless the streamer is like insanely entertaining or like there's just a certain vibe that does it for me. I'm very picky. I prefer like traditional like Let's Play YouTube content. But that's just me. I think the only streamer I like really keep up with is like Vanilla Mace, and that's kind of it. But that's because like she's just a very entertaining person. Like she could be doing nothing and she finds a way to be funny.
Is that the BB No Money person?
She did a collab with Baby No Money on a song.
Yeah, that's all I remember them from.
Yeah, she's really funny. She does like she does gaming stuff, but she also does like kind of vlog style content too.
Really?
Yeah, even her vlogs are really entertaining. It's like her just shopping, but like she's just funny.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with a lot of like online personalities in general anymore. I don't know. I used to more now. I used to be like super deep in like the makeup community. You know, there's so much drama then.
Oh my god, like James Charles and like
sucking dick and cock. I don't know if you remember that video, the iconic video. I remember where exactly I was when that video dropped.
I remember
The
that
drama
one.
between him and God, what's her name? I didn't even watch her video, so I don't remember her name.
Oh,
But like
that's like
the layers to that video and like
Toddy Westbrook.
Yeah, her Tati. That video is James at my birthday dinner.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Sucking dick and cock because of the weight. I don't know.
It's like James, he's straight.
Yeah, exactly. The makeup community was a whole other beast at that time. It was crazy. I think because it just got so insane, like I kind of didn't follow it anymore. But also just like I wasn't wearing makeup for a really long time, especially not during like COVID. It's just like, well, I got nowhere to go, so I didn't really wear makeup. I'm getting back into makeup, but like I'm cheap as hell. Like I used to actually buy stuff from Sephora, and now I just like Sephora. What's that? I go to Dollar Tree. Everything's too expensive now. Even drugstore makeup. I'm like at fucking CVS. I'm like, why does this foundation for e.l.f. almost costs like $20. This is fucked up. That's like $10 less than Sephora makeup. That's like insane.
Honestly, I was not. I was really surprised that like I was really engaged watching your IG story on like dollar store makeup.
Oh yeah, No, it's been really fun for me. I think the Dollar Tree shopping. I'm not like a shopaholic, but more of like it kind of scratches the itch that like kind of thrifting has for me. There's like a level of like you kind of have to like look out for certain products because unfortunately, unlike most stores. Sorry, interrupting because I think this design is so freaking cool.
It is pretty
It's
cool.
so like ugly in like a really cool way. I love it.
No, I agree. I'm
Like it's
I'm
freaking
digging
weird looking. Oh, also the music. Ah, so good. Nothing can stop you now. No clothes can wear you down. This is from, I think it's from Sonic 06. Sonic 06, horrible fucking game, but like bangers. So many bangers.
No, I agree. Like the music is not like something I would say is bad about it.
Ah, the music was so good. I played that entire game multiple times. I was obsessed with it as a kid, but that's because I didn't know games could be good. I just played whatever. I just played whatever sounded fun. Like if it was Sonic, I would play it, even if it was like the shittiest Sonic game ever. Like,
I like that. It's like before I thought games could be good.
yeah, I didn't know there was good and bad games. There was just games and I liked playing them. And the thing is, I've played a lot of good games, but I don't know. It's like when you're a kid, your tolerance for bullshit in video games is like so much higher. I'm willing to accept stuff that I would never accept now playing games. Also, I just liked Sonic, so I was like, it's a Sonic game. I love this. Even though it was like the most frustrating gaming experience ever. Whenever I see any sort of YouTuber or streamer or whatever, and they're playing Sonic 06, even if I don't know them and I don't care about like literally any of their other content, I will always watch whenever they play the Dusty Desert stage as Silver because there's like a like end of stage like puzzle that you have to do that's like one of the worst things I've ever experienced as a gamer, and I love watching people just like rage. I think I might have talked about it before, but it's the 8-ball one. It's like you have to use like Silver's psychokinesis to like push an 8-ball into a hole at the end of like a hallway or something. But the physics in that game are so terrible that when you like hit the 8-ball, it has no weight to it. Any like little amount of pressure could like have it bouncing off the walls. Mind you, this is supposed to be like a big stone ball. So like the physics make it like impossible. It's so like it's hard to describe it. It's like when it's like trying to do like a physics puzzle, but there's no good, the physics engine is like not even there basically. So it's like it's extremely frustrating. And that's how you have to, it took me 45 minutes to an hour trying to do that puzzle as a kid. Which is unacceptable.
I thought you were gonna say 45 days, and I'm like, damn.
It felt like 45 days. Fuck ass ball. I hate it. I want to kill it.
I've actually never
But
seen.
that ball just gets destroyed. Gets disintegrated. They shouldn't keep it for archaeological purposes. It should just be destroyed.
I've actually never played a lot of 06, so I never heard this puzzle before.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's traumatizing, actually. I love the whole, like, anime... It only described as anime-ness. The anime-ness of the fights that happen in this game.
No, seriously. It's, like, keeping me engaged. I'm like, okay, alright.
This feels like the game that, like, those guys that are, like, obsessed with, like, Dragon Ball and power scaling would fucking love. This is the Sonic game they were wanting. I say this as someone that was obsessed with the Final Fantasy Sonic X6 game, Flash game on where was it originally posted? I played it on you know what? I don't remember the name of the site that I played it on. I played a lot of Sonic Flash games as a kid. For a while I didn't have access to like a gaming console. So like my experience with Sonic games was all Flash games. It was all like fan content, which is actually kind of cool in a way. Yeah, that game was like basically just like the craziest fan fiction made by like a Dragon Ball fan. It's actually pretty cool though, and I'm really sad the creator was working on the next one and he passed away.
What?
Yeah, he was working on the next one after like 15 years. And he sadly passed away like last year or the year before. I think it was in 2024 or 2025.
Oh my god.
Yeah, really, really sad. I was actually so depressed hearing that. I was like, we lost a legend today.
That's horrible.
Rip Black Devil X, you were the goat. You were one of the goats of my childhood, for real. I love how he just explodes.
Explosion.
not like an explosion with laser beams or anything. It was like just like a smoke explosion.
That's it. He's gone. Dead.
He did.
He dead.
Nice work. Perfect.
I miss Rouge's older voice actress. I miss when she sounded like a smoker. It was so hot. She sounds too young here. It's just weird. I don't know.
It is weird. I remember playing Sonic Dream Team last year or last summer for the first time, and like the voice just really throwing me off.
Aren't you coming?
No, for real.
You might need your help.
I need to settle something first.
Whatever.
That's not Rouge. That's Valley. That's Valuge.
No, for real.
What the fuck? Like,
Shadow?
I don't fully know how I feel about Shadow's current voice actor either. I mean, he seems like a cool guy, but like, I don't know how the voice itself. I'm not sure.
mm,
No, Shadow going through trauma again.
What's happening?
it's going back. He's back. Trauma has returned.
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. We don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria. Wait.
And it's like to be continued in the main game.
So peak. So peak. Fucking love this game.
I'm still in shock that we finished it.
No, for real. I didn't realize how far we got
Neither did I.
last time.
What the fuck? It's like I'm totally thrown off.
You can totally just go back and try to S rank things, or there's a hard. I think when you beat the game, you unlock hard mode, and the hard mode bosses are pretty fun.
I'm down for that.
That's just because I was trying to S rank like literally everything in the fucking game, but I didn't end up doing that before my hands exploded. I Sonic'd too hard. I shadowed too hard.
They're like, you're too good. We gotta kill her.
I know. Exactly.
The Doom Zone.
Doom Zone.
Well, that's cool.
Evil.
Evil. What the fuck? Kingdom Valley, but more evil. Ooh.
Exactly. Harder. Much harder.
Much harder. Is it this
Dude,
level?
Kingdom Valley in this game is like, this is how what Sonic 06 should have been. This is so cool.
I was just gonna ask him. Like, I thought like Curse Rhythms was from Sonic 06.
Yeah, this was from Sonic 06. Mephiles and Kingdom Valley is Sonic 06.
Got you.
Also, yeah, the Mephiles fight was really good in this game too. Also, it's really funny. I mean, I don't. It sounds stupid asking. Do you mind if I spoil Sonic 06, the worst Sonic game in the world?
I appreciate you asking, but yeah, I don't mind you spoil it for me. It's all good.
Basically, at the end of the game, it's sort of like a. It's one of those. Nothing that happened in this game actually happened. To defeat the evil, we have to use some sort of magic so that like none of this actually happened, sort of thing. None of these characters actually met. So basically, in the Mephiles fight, like Mephiles knows who Shadow is, and he's like, "I fucking hate you," and Shadow's like, "I don't know who you are, but you have to die." It's so funny because all the other bosses, it's like he knows, but then it's like Mephiles, he's like, "Who the fuck are you? I just got to kill you."
It's like in
It's so funny to me.
it's like in the Infinite like expansion where he's like, I don't like you, Shadow. He's like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah, who are you? It's so funny to me. Because yeah, in the game itself, obviously, like all the plot was happening, but at the end of the game, it's like, oh, none of that actually happened. None of these characters ever ended up meeting each other. So none of that happened. So then when Shadow has to go back and fight Mephiles, it's like, who? Who are you? Why do you hate me?
That is so weird.
It's so funny.
Like I actually just found out this video where actually they and these guys were like explain like something in 06 or whatever, and I'm like, wait, what? So so apparently like they officially meet Silver in Rivals on the PSP or something.
Yeah, it's like they never met Silver either, which is like super weird. Okay, we're gonna introduce this new Sonic character that's gonna be like this is an iconic Sonic character now. Like he's our new Shadow in terms of like a new main like Sonic Hedgehog character. Oh, but none of them remember he exists anymore.
That's so weird. Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know. The whole game was very confusing. There's so many. That game is. I don't even know what to say about it. It's a game that exists. I guess.
It's something. It's art, I guess.
It's unfortunately also my childhood. I'm extremely nostalgic for it. Part of me wants to replay it, but I know I'll just end up raging. I was built different as a kid. I just didn't care. I was just happy it was Sonic. It was a Sonic game I could play that was like a real Sonic game and not a fan-made game on Flash games.
Yeah, I can see.
Also, you should definitely play the Final Fantasy Sonic X games. I can't speak for the first ones because they were really bad, but like X7 wasn't the worst. X5, X6 was pretty fun. They're super short, and it's basically just like pure fan fiction. Like we got Mega Man characters, we got Sonic and Shadow. Sonic has the Buster Sword for some reason from Final Fantasy. Like shit is happening. They're doing like Dragon Ball power-ups and like lasers and shit. It's actually really like well animated, like sprite art. I don't know. It's so fun and it's like really iconic. A lot of like Sonic fans, especially when they're like kids, kind of like grew up playing them. So it's fun. It's an interesting experience. It's very silly and it's very fun. I still want to know what was going on with Link. At the end of X6, it was like Link was revealed to be evil. What is he doing? What is? I need to know. I'll never know because Rip Black Devil X, the GOAT. I'm happy that he was still wanting to make the game though at that time. I wish I was able to see it, but he did have some previews. He did make some previews for it, so at least we got that as fans. I'm very grateful that we at least had that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those games, the Sonic fan games are interesting. I think there's a few other Sonic fan games I played. I'm forgetting what the other one was, but it played kind of like a, it played kind of similarly to Sonic Advance. I can't remember what it's. I think it's just Sonic Flash. I think that's just what it's called. It played similarly to like Sonic Advance on the Game Boy. I think it used all the same sprites and stuff from that too.
Really?
Yeah, I played a lot of fan games before I could actually play real games. Same with Pokemon. I don't know if anyone knows Pokemon Crater, where like it would take 10 million years to load before like each little thing you do in that game. It was like this multiplayer like Pokemon fan game that played kind of like Pokemon Fire Red and stuff. and it sucked, but like it was also kind of cool because of that multiplayer aspect where you can like battle other people that were also playing. It was like a flash game or something. But yeah, like I kind of like I was a major Pokemon fan as a kid, but like I didn't own any consoles for a long time, like not even DS or Game Boy. So I was like a backseat gamer for a lot of Pokemon content until I could actually play it myself, and that also included lots of fan games because they were free on the computer. I miss the I mean I love the current indie game culture and stuff now, but I do miss like fan game like fan flash game culture at the time. It was really cool.
It is pretty cool.
I don't care much about fan game stuff anymore unless it's like a modded experience, like mods and stuff, or you know what? I do really want to play the kind of, I don't want to say sort of remake of like fan made remake of 06, Sonic 06 that there are people that are making it. Apparently, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Project 06. Yeah.
Yeah, Project 06. That's the way I should replay 06 so I don't go insane. I still feel nostalgic.
I like to, but I just didn't know that it's just the levels themselves. It's not like the actual game.
Yeah, I think that's something that they're gonna add eventually, like some of the other content. But I think for now they're mostly focusing on like the levels and stuff. So you won't really get the full experience playing that. It's more for like the people that played 06 and was like, I wish this game was good. I already know everything else about this game. I just wish the gameplay was good. Well, actually, yeah. I'm saying that as if the visuals were any better. They were really bad. Why did they use mocap for a Sonic game? It's so horrible looking.
It is very weird. Of all the things weird about that game, that's that thing that just looks so off.
The thing is that like I know this is like pretty common for games at the time too. They would have all these the game itself would look much worse than the pre-rendered cutscenes. Like I know that was like very normal, but like Sonic 06 was like next level bad. Like the quality difference between the pre-rendered cutscenes and the actual like. Well, actually, you know what? The other like kind of lower quality pre-rendered cutscenes and like the actual like game quality, visual quality, just like night and day. It's so bad.
I mean, you can see it from like the intro cinematic to the first in-game cutscene.
Yeah, it looks fucking cool, and then everything else in the game looks terrible.
Yep.
The small handful of pre-rendered cutscenes that were like Final Fantasy level like quality. Like close to the same quality as like a Final Fantasy pre-rendered cutscene. Those were fantastic, and then the other pre-rendered cutscenes and the actual like game visuals were just horrendous.
So weird, yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird. So many choices in that game that I'm confused about to this day.
I still laugh over like Final Fantasy looking Eggman.
Oh god, yeah. It's just weird. I mean, yeah, that's probably what he would have looked like as a real person, but it's really uncanny. They just didn't. The design just didn't really work.
No.
It just didn't. I've also always wondered why Elise, the princess, why her legs are so orange. Like, are those tights? Is it a tan? Like, I could never figure it out. I was like, why is she so orange? Why are her legs so orange? I don't get it.
You look at her, you're like, why are you
especially
orange?
Prominent in that stage where you're Sonic and you're carrying Elise around. I'm like, why are her legs orange?
That's weird. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's probably tights or something, but I don't know. Even with tights that are like a bit darker, your legs won't be like Trump orange, you know? Like
like Donald Trump just plays Sonic 06 and he's like, that's me. I see the vision.
Sonic, we need to get the Chaos Emeralds. I wish I could actually do a good, like, Trump is simultaneously easy yet difficult to imitate.
Oh yeah.
I've heard so many impersonations, and a lot of them don't quite get like the voice right. I think there's very few of them that I've heard where I'm like, no, this is actually extremely accurate. Someone recently, I can't remember if I sent you the TikTok, but it's like this cosplayer, and she was doing a really, really good Trump impression. She was wearing like a Catgirl outfit, and it's just making some joke about Trump being turned into a Catgirl, and it was really funny. But the actual impression was really good.
That's not
yeah, you turned me into a Catgirl, or something like that. I don't know. Oh my god. Why go to a comedy show when I can just watch TikToks all night, you know?
Exactly.
I'd love to, like, I wish I could be a convention artist, because that's something I've been thinking about lately, because, you know, I've been able to attend a lot more conventions lately. And I don't think I could do it, because I just don't enjoy making fan art. I love consuming fan art, I like looking at it. I just don't enjoy making it. Like, occasionally I'll get an idea and I'll make it, but the problem is when you become, like, a convention artist and that becomes a significant portion of your income, you have to really, like, keep up on trends and, like, make merch for those like fandoms that are kind of popular at the
Okay.
time. So
So you can make like
yeah.
shadow kissing Garrus, like that can be your thing.
I mean, the thing is, I can definitely like I have like ideas for things. The problem is I just don't enjoy actually like making the art for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like I can make like a small handful of like merch, usually probably stickers. But outside of that, I just don't think I would make enough art that it would be that I would make any sort of profit, you know. What I'll probably end up doing is going to a very small handful of conventions where I can set up a table, and I only really worry about making back the table, so like breaking even. I'm not really worried about making a profit. It's more about getting out there and meeting readers, because otherwise, because especially with ACG Goods, the storefront that I, you know, started using recently, they have a lot of like convention artist quality merch there that you can do print on demand, and that like wasn't the case beforehand. Most of the other print on demand like merch and quality was like really bad. But like again, I haven't actually bought anything from ACG Goods yet, but I know people that have like ordered stuff from there as a convention artist, and I've seen multiple reviews of people like, you know, they aren't like paid to review it, they're just buying it for their own, because you can have really small order numbers, like you can just order a single keychain for yourself,
Right.
like off of your own design, which wasn't possible for other from other companies. You'd have to order like a minimum of like 50 or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, because that's usually how, because you know you're buying these bulk items, because you know it costs a decent amount of money for them to like make the mold and stuff
Right.
of your merch and all, you know, all the other stuff. So that's why I've been able to actually see more reviews, and it seems like the reviews are fine in terms of like you know, quality of like the keychains and like the stick. It looks like they're true vinyl stickers there, which is really great, because that's what I was wanting to give people, but it just wasn't really possible for me at the time. So I'm really glad that exists. But I would probably produce like a very small amount of merch so that I could sell it to make back my table probably. Or I can do like split a table with a friend or something, and then try to make back the half of that table, and you know, any, you know, gas money, anything else
Right.
that I would need, any other costs. It's mostly about just like meeting readers, because the thing is, like, I attend a lot more conventions now, but I'm not like a face account. I'm not like an artist where I have my face everywhere. Like occasionally I post my face, but it's not very often, and it's
Yeah.
basically only on Instagram stories, like once in a blue moon. So like no one would really, like, if I posted my face all the time, I'd be fairly recognizable just because I have weird hair and shit. But like outside of that, because I don't post myself very often, I'm not recognizable. Like no one would know. So I can go to these conventions and literally no one would know, but at the same time, if I want to meet readers, like no one can find me, you know? So if I want to actually meet readers, I have to have like some sort of
Presents.
table. Yeah, I have to have a table. I have to have like a single spot where I'm going to be at the whole time. Because the thing is, I'm at conventions and I'm just wandering around and no one knows what I look like.
Just incognito.
Yeah, you know what? I may, hopefully, I might not be able to get in time, so I might not bother, but I still need to get like a giant button with my like game profile picture on it. I meant to do that a while ago and I just keep forgetting. But that's something I need to do to make it a bit more possible to recognize me, but even then, like, I don't know how much it'll actually help. But yeah, it's interesting. I think the only way I'll end up meeting readers is if I have a table, because that's like a fix. I'll be there the whole time. It's a fixed location. They don't have to know what I look like. They just have to know my table number, and that I'll be there unless I'm on break.
Right.
then
Yeah.
I won't be there.
And again, the bright side is that you are very recognizable, though. I mean, like, I mean, you
Yeah,
posted,
but
you posted some
I don't like
templates.
post. I don't have anything on like my main account. Like you couldn't go to my Instagram and like immediately see what I look like.
Right.
I only like post to a story that disappears in like 24 hours. So
That's true. Yeah.
once, yeah, if I had like pictures on my like accounts just there, um, then I'm pretty recognizable. The only reason I don't want to be a face account is mainly because I have to have some sort of day job, and the content of my artwork is very adult, and I worry that could be a problem if they're trying to look me up somehow and finding a picture of my face, and they're like, oh, this is my employee. I don't, for whatever reason, that happens. I don't know if you're I don't know about all the legal things in regards to like whether it's actually legal to fire someone for something like that, but they find some other reason.
Yeah.
Like technically it's not. Technically it's illegal to fire a pregnant woman, but they find some other reason to fire a woman when she's pregnant at the job.
Yeah.
They'll find some other reason. So technically they didn't fire her because she's pregnant. Not that they're firing me because I'm pregnant. I never want to be pregnant. But they'll find some other reason to fire you that's not illegal. So it hurts my job prospects possibly having my face and it connected to like my name. So I don't really want to be a face account because of that. But it also makes it harder for readers to find me at conventions if if I don't have a table.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like
This is the way of things.
no. Yeah. I mean, I guess like. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm doing like a meet the artist with your face, like with your face mask. At least people see a profile of you. But again, they'll give you the same issue as you were saying before about like future employers being funky and weird.
Yeah, that's my only concern. I'm probably more worried about it than I should be, because I know there are a lot of other artists that make similar art but work, completely unrelated day jobs. I don't know how they do it. I know there's some artists that are even have teaching positions. I would be too paranoid to do any sort of teaching position that isn't like a lecturer or professor. I would not want to teach. I would not. I don't want to teach anyone that's not an adult, because I feel like that ends up being a possible issue for me with like the school district as someone that makes adult art. Even if it has nothing, I don't bring it up. Has nothing to do with anything that goes on in class. I'm not talking to anyone about it. But I'm just worried something could happen with that. I don't know how all that works, and it freaks me out too much. So I could probably be a lecturer. I've seen artists that make adult art also be like lecturers at college. I don't know. I have no idea how that works.
I was thinking that too, or like maybe you can like be a teacher at like the YMCA or something.
Yeah, that's the only problem though, is that also is a lot to do with like you're teaching kids. And again, I'm not going to be inappropriate. But unfortunately, it's you think you're so private, and then someone can find you. I don't know. People are very smart with the internet now, so.
Oh yeah, and also like
it's something I worry about.
No, I can imagine for sure.
So yeah, I think I would be a good art teacher. It's just I care more about my comic, so I'm willing to give up that potential job path to continue making my art. Such is life. So I'm trying to figure. I'm unfortunately unemployed again, but my job was just a brief gig thing, nothing to do with art, but it wasn't terrible. It just made me realize that I can't really do these very. I can do a sales job, but I just can't be one where I'm constantly talking to people like all the time. Like this was truly like all the time you were talking to people. It exhausted me. Again, it wasn't hard. Like they didn't even ask me for a resume. They just said, okay, your friend recommended you, and you're just gonna work together. Okay, that's good. I mean, they're very reputable. They've been in this industry for a long time. So like they trusted me because of that. And yeah, it was fine. Like I did the job. It had no issues in that way, but yeah, it's very exhausting because it's like a sales job where you have like a booth and you're trying to sell a product to people in a very high traffic store. So you're constantly trying to talk to customers all the time. And you're standing the whole day for and I had like shifts that would be up to 10 hours. So like that shit was very tiring. So I need to find some sort of day job that doesn't make me so tired. It was like physically and mentally exhausting because people are always surprised when I tell them I'm an introvert, but it's not because like I don't like talking to people. It's more that like my social battery is quite low. So I get tired a lot quicker talking to people, and then I have a hard time approaching people. Once I talk to them, I'm fine. I can keep yapping.
Yeah.
It's the approaching part and the how long I'm socially on for.
No, I'm the exact same way, so I understand how you feel.
Yeah, people are always kind of surprised about that. I'm like, yeah, I just like, I don't know, my social energy is quite low. I'm like, once I do like a big like kind of social thing, I'm like, don't talk to me for the next week. No, not really, but like, you know, not like these big social things going on for like another week or something. I don't know. I've gotten a bit better about it. I've been doing a lot of like local art stuff socially, which has been really nice because, you know, once I went to a school that a lot of people like commute to, or they don't plan to like keep living in the area once they graduate. So I lost a lot of my art community after graduating, which is normal. People, you know, move on. They have their own lives trying to get work and other stuff, and they move away. But a lot of the people that I made friends with, I didn't really have friends in college until like the last couple semesters. But everyone that I was friends with basically moved away after graduating. Except one of my friends actually did move back because she just really liked living here and the like art community here and stuff. So that's been very nice. But I've been having to try and rebuild like my friendships again because I'm like, damn, I finally made friends and everyone's gone, so let me let me go out and try to make friends again. But it's very nice. There's a big art scene here, so it's been really nice in that way. Very fun. I've been able to make friends here, network, make friends. Not all the friends I have make like similar art or like, you know, have the same interest, but it's just nice to talk to other artists. It can be a bit isolating as an artist sometimes. It's a very like not social hobby slash career.
No, but like I mean, compared to most though, like you actually seek out people to like talk with.
Yeah, I've been much better about that. I still have like a hard time approaching people sometimes. It's like I had this weird mindset where I think that like everyone thinks I'm annoying. I can't describe it. I know it's not true, but it's like I don't know. It's like my brain is like, if I talk to this person, they're probably gonna wish I fucked off.
That's crazy. I mean, again, like
It's
I'm also
not
the same
true.
way.
I know it's not true because I've literally talked to a bunch of people and they still want to hang out with me. It's not the case, but it's something that I can't describe. It's like my brain can't get over it. It's gotten much better though. I've gotten the courage to like reach out and talk to people more. But it's interesting. It's like once I talk to people, I'm fine. It's just like approaching them and talking to them for the first time. It's like, am I bothering this person?
Yeah.
Same goes for like also like the like low social battery like also extends to texting. I'm fairly low, like I don't know, like I don't text super often. Like I still like message people and stuff. But it's in a very like we're not really having a super engaged conversation happening. I prefer to do that in person. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been getting better at socializing. I spent most of college just like the only friend I had was like my roommate, which I'm very lucky that I was actually friends with my roommates. In fact, I've been friends with all of my roommates, which is I've been very lucky for because some people are not friends with their roommates. They kind of just exist in the same house, and that sounds like torture to me. So I've been very lucky. I don't know. I don't want to feel like weird or awkward in my own living space. So it's been nice that I actually get along with my roommates really well.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I need a car because then I can probably try to table at conventions. I think the only places I can probably reasonably make back my money tabling at is furry conventions. But I kind of don't want to try to table there yet. I kind of want to just be an attendee. I don't know. That's also the worry of becoming a convention artist. I really like being just an attendee at a con. So like the concern is like, okay, now this is like my income. I never get to experience a con as an attendee again.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just do it like, you know, I probably won't like attend a con as doing tabling like every year of the convention happening. Like maybe like every other year I table. There's a few furry conventions in California that I want to attend. I heard one of them low-key kind of sucks, but I would still like to go just because it's a chance to meet people.
Yeah. Which one's that one?
I think it's is it Golden State FurCon? Here, let me look it up. I think it's called Golden State FurCon.
Yeah, I never heard that
Yeah,
one
Golden
before.
State FurCon. It's in Los Angeles. I think it's at some hotel near LAX airport.
Oh,
Um, I've heard from various people that it's just, but they mostly just go because it's a chance to um, hang out with friends and stuff where they're all going to be in one place, you know, especially if you have like friends that are furries that don't live in the area. Like people will
yeah.
go down there for a convention. So, you know, it's just a chance to like hang out with people, but as a convention, it's not that great. That's from what I've heard. I have not actually been there myself. I'm just parroting what other people are saying. But I've heard that Anthro SoCal, which was called something else earlier, but I think the name was too similar to something else, so they had to change it. I heard that one was really good, and it just started like 2 years ago. The first year it happened, the attendance was really good, and the convention itself was good. And again, I've never been to a furry con, so I can't tell you if it's a good furry con or not, because I haven't attended, and I have never been to any other furry cons.
Neither have I.
So,
So
but from what I've heard through like friends, they said it was really good. So I really want to get there at some point, but I just need a car. Most of the other cons I've been to, it's because I know other people that are going, so I can carpool with them, which has been nice. But like, I don't know any local furries I could carpool with to Anthro SoCal or these other conventions. There's also one in San Jose. It's I think it's called Further Confusion.
I've heard that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. I think those are the few that I know that are in California. There's a lot of like furry like meetups and like events and stuff in SoCal, but there's just a few conventions in California itself, and then smaller meetups and stuff. I'd like to attend more of those events. Again, I need a car first because I don't have any other furries I can go with. I know all the anime people. I just don't know any of the furries, or at least I did know furries, and they all moved away. So I wouldn't be able to carpool with them because then it would just be insane. They'd have to go a lot out of their way to pick me up, and I am not going to make people do that for me.
Yeah, I get that's fair.
Yeah, I know there's like, you know, bus systems and all that sort of stuff, but it just seems like too much. I'd rather just drive, but I need a car. Once the car happens, I will be enjoying the furry events. But for now, I'd just be going to anime and maybe comic type events like Comic Cons. I would like to go to more Comic Cons. I enjoy anime events, but I also, you know, enjoy a lot of stuff that's not anime content. So it'd be nice to kind of go to more Comic Cons too. But it's mostly the people I go with go to anime cons. So I mostly go to anime cons right now.
Have you been to San Diego Comic Con?
No, but I would like to at some point. And it seems kind of overwhelming, but I've heard that it's fun as a volunteer. Because then you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for that ticket. And part of going to some of these cons free is because I was volunteering, and then some of them is just like I know a guy who can get me in free. So the next two cons I'm going to, I won't be paying tickets for, which is quite nice. But you know, it's still other stuff I have to pay for, so it's still money month. But at least I can save some money. But yeah, no, the San Diego Comic Con I do want to go at some point. I'll probably have to volunteer for that. Just because I don't know if I want to pay the ticket.
No, I feel you.
But yeah, it seems really fun though. I also heard Los Angeles Comic Con was pretty good. But every time I think about Los Angeles Comic Con, I just know recently they had some people that were like they were like trying to advertise this like coffee product or whatever, this like coffee candy, I don't know, some sort of coffee product, and it's like everyone was getting handed this coffee product. So I guess I've just been seeing, it's like fresh in my mind, like people talking about this coffee thing in relation to LA Comic Con, but I heard LA Comic Con's good though. So that, and I want to go to I do want to go to WonderCon. I've heard good things about WonderCon from multiple people. Yeah, I want to go there. That's like part of the reason I don't. Convention scene is a big reason why I don't see myself wanting to move out of California. I mean, I know you can like fly in, maybe live in a place with lower cost of living, and then have the money to fly in, but I don't know. It's just very convenient having all these good conventions in like one place that you can just drive to. There's a lot of reasons. The California cost of living is quite high, but there's also once you live here, you realize why people still stay.
Yeah.
I was literally lived here my entire life, so like the thought of moving is like, oh god. I don't know if I want to. I'm very spoiled that way.
No, I know. I'm a New Yorker, so I know how that feels.
Yeah. Sometimes I see stuff in New York. I'm like, I wish we had that here in Los Angeles.
I feel the same way about like, cause like there really is no furry conventions in New York, which is insane to me.
Yeah, that's like kind of crazy to think about because like New York, there's so many people there. Why don't they have a why don't they have a furry convention there?
Yeah.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be the one to do it.
Well, that's the thing. Like the other day, like they announced that they might do a furry convention in New York City, but like it's like a lot of the information is like up in the air right now as to like it's like legit or is like because they want to do it because they
Is it a scam or not?
yeah because they just announced it yesterday or something, and it's gonna
Oh
be
wow,
and
that's really recent then.
and it's starting like this November, and I'm like it's really early to start a convention like now when we announce it. I don't know.
Maybe there's been a lot of stuff going on in the background and they were like finally ready to announce it. Maybe I don't know.
That's what I'm hearing, yeah, and like they're like finalized, they haven't finalized their non-profit status yet, so like it's just super early to be saying you're opening a convention, but
I see.
it's in New York, and I'm like, wow, that's a first. Finally, we're coming. It's happening.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's always like kind of baffled me. I'm like, why not in New York? I don't know. There maybe there's some sort of like technical stuff that makes it harder to do it in New York or something. I don't know, or easier to do it in other places.
Well, I mean, like there are a bunch in the East Coast though, so I mean, it's not like you're lacking any free cons.
Yeah.
So, like Philadelphia and Boston, all those fun, like,
Someday I'll make it. Someday I'll make it to where all the furries are. Besides like local, very local stuff. I've been to a few events that like I've been to like one or two that were actually like furry events, and some other ones that were like this appeals to furries, so there are a lot of furries here. But yeah, that's why I'm like hoping I can get my stickers in because when I was at Anime Los Angeles, I met a few furries and I was able to kind of talk with them because of like stickers and other stuff. That like helped, and it's also like not just advertising, but it's also a good icebreaker because people like trading stickers.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gets me to talk to people, but I didn't really have the courage to do that until like literally the very end of the con. So I need to. That's why I'm hoping I can get my stickers in time. It really helps me socially. Anime Los Angeles. I know the ribbon culture isn't unique to that convention, but it's the first time I've experienced it at a convention, and I definitely want to ribbon. So I know this is I think it's also at like Dragon Con and stuff too. But basically, people will make these ribbons, and they have like adhesive on the back, and you can make whatever design you want on them. People will put memes on there, whatever, and they usually will. Sometimes you have to pay for them at like artist booths. Sometimes you get them for free, but one of the common things is people will do these what they call ribbon games. You have to play some sort of game with a person, and then they'll give you a ribbon. You can sometimes it's just one type, and sometimes you get to choose. But let me see if I can find my badge because I can read you some of them that I have. But basically, you make like a giant chain of these ribbons on your like attendee badge. And we even have people there on site that'll like sew them together so they don't fall off. And like I had so many that it was like basically gonna drag on the ground if I just like left them. I didn't pay for any of them except technically one because I bought something from an artist and I got a free ribbon with that purchase. And I was just gonna buy that thing anyways. I wasn't buying it for the ribbon, but I just happened to get that ribbon with it. They also do like ribbon rallies. They have like a theme. Like I did the Eggman announcement ribbon rally. So each ribbon was like a different phrase from Eggman's announcement from the Snapcube video. And you'd have to go to each artist booth, and they'd have a little thing they make you do. One of them was like, "Can you make a laser sound?" or something. It's like silly stuff.
Yeah.
But it makes the convention feel so much more social, which is what I really like. Because part of me wanting to go back to conventions is like socialize with like fellow nerdy people, like make more friends that way. And so like I really liked the ribbon culture because I felt like I was able to talk with more people. And also it's just fun because the ribbons are fun. Here, I have to step away from my desk because I'm going to see if I can find the ribbons and read some of them because they're really funny. I will be right back.
Okay.
Haha, I found it. Right. Yeah, I think I have like over 30 ribbons on this thing, and I technically didn't pay for any of them, which is crazy. I was maybe expecting to only get 10 because I was not going to pay for ribbons. And I have so many. So let me look. I have quite a few Deltarune ones on here. I have some Zelda ones. Oh, I have the Pibble Wash My Belly, Clean My Belly. There's 2 different ribbons. I have Guards Impregnate That Man. I have some ones related to AO3. Chip So Rare It Only Has 6 Works. I got my second gender diagnosed at ALA 2026.
Awesome.
Then I have I don't have all of them because they ran out of some of the ribbons, but I still wanted most of them. The Eggman announcement one, you know, he pissed on my fucking wife. That's right, he took his hedgehog fucking Quilly dick out, and he pissed on my fucking wife. You know, like, they have one ribbon that just in all caps bold says "this big." It's beautiful. I have one that says "nice tits" and it has the bird tits, the tit birds on it. Have a new foe has appeared, challenger approaching with Sonic. I got a bunch of Pikmin ones because there was a Pikmin group, and they were doing these little like games, and they were all just like Pikmin, were super cute. So there's like super cute Pikmin ones. Oh, I have one with all the Pikmin stems, and it says "Hooray, free labor." Yeah, they're really silly and they're fun, but it really encourages to be social at a con, and it makes me really want to make my own ribbon game for next year. I want to have people tell me what's their like weirdest their weirdest monster. Hear me out. Like, it can't be like looking like a human. Like, it has to be like as non-human as possible. I want to figure out rules, because for me, for monsters, furries don't quite count, but they can also kind of count because like technically like Kane is like a scaly, but he's also a monster and he's not human looking. So I don't know. I have to figure out like what things I would consider to pass. I think if it was just like traditional for, you know what, I say that, but then minotaurs are monsters and there's just a cow man, so like a bull man, so like, what counts? I don't know. If they're an animal, like if they're like an anthro animal, but they're technically considered like a monster, like a minotaur, like I can count that. I think it's just like if you just show me a fox girl, like no. If you just show me Judy Hopps, that's not a monster. Like, it doesn't count. It has to be a monster to me.
Or like Hades from Hercules.
Yeah. It has to have some sort of like weirdness factor to it. Because technically the Minotaur, I mean, sometimes they're just shown as like an anthro bull, but sometimes they're also like have human features, like human skin and like, you know, stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on the depiction, but I think if it's just like this is just a furry, like I don't know if that counts. I want it to be because the ribbon I want to make is the Kronk like monster fucker permit meme. It'll just be a ribbon with that on it, and you know I give them their monster fucker permit. That's it. It's silly, it's fun. It gets me to talk to people. It helps me find all the monster lovers. It's a fun time. That's kind of why I want to like be at conventions. So I think that'd be really fun. If I know that there's a convention with a good ribbon culture, then I can maybe order some ribbons and do that.
It's a good icebreaker for sure.
Exactly. Part of me wants to keep track of what people say too. Maybe I can like, I don't know if I don't need like a whiteboard or anything. I just need something to carry on my ribbons. So maybe just for myself, just to see what people say, track it in my phone. So I'm very curious. I'm curious what people have to say.
You can make it like a fun like little TikTok video thingy.
True. I could. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of like doing a bit more at conventions and like meeting people. I've only met like a few people that actually like have like know about my comic or have read it. Like I've managed to meet a few people in real life, which is really interesting. And they've all been like where I go to school. I'm like, how do you know this? How do you know me? No, it's like it's kind of hard to like conceptualize that people are actually reading your shit until you meet people, and you're like, I've been perceived and I've never met you in my life. It's just kind of a weird feeling. But you know, since I don't table or anything, like I haven't really met many people, which is fine. Like I'm like, you know, people consider like my like follower base on certain accounts to be pretty big, but in the grand scheme of things, I I don't like I can't make a living off of that. I don't know. It's like people see that and they're like, oh, it's you know, I don't know. They have these expectations of what you're probably doing as an artist or what your life is like as an artist with a decent sized social media following, but it's like I do have the chance for definitely more opportunities, particularly if I wanted to do like brand deals. I just worry about like my account just being full of ads. I know that my account is technically full of ads for my webcomic, but at least like I try to make the reels funny and entertaining and not feel like ads.
No, you do
I don't know.
you do a really good job with your like with how you sell yourself.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't want people to feel like they're being advertised to because I don't like being advertised to either. But I also like finding other people's work through, TikTok and Instagram and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's helpful, but I just worry about like my account being full of ads. So I know it's not like artists still do it. You know, they work with companies that make like tablets and other stuff like that. Like I'm fine with doing that, but I don't know. So I definitely have some opportunity to make some more money because of that. But like I am not living off of I am not living off of the money I make. As an artist online, it helps cover bills for sure. I'm very grateful for that. And I've been trying to I haven't been making as much money like through a good chunk of this year just because I spent a lot of it very unmotivated and not doing super well. I don't know. It's like my motivation this last like year. I think it's like a mix of everything. It's like politics, of stuff going on with the world, everything else. Like it's hard to find like motivation as an artist to create when that's going on, especially when there's stuff that could affect your livelihood as an artist. It's like it kind of gives you that feeling of like, well, what's the point of doing this? Even though like I also don't want to give it up. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's been weird. It's been kind of hard, which is interesting because I spent like the last like 3 years before that, like busting my ass on this comic and it never felt like work. Which is crazy because I was also doing that as a full-time student. I don't know. I'm like thinking about that now. I'm like, how did I do that? How did I do that? It's crazy.
No, yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
I've been advertising again more, like having a separate TikTok and like Reels account to make Reels for Patreon specifically has been very helpful. And because I've been kind of trying to make more of them, especially I'll probably make some today because I've kind of run out of them. Make a bunch of videos. That's brought people to my account, which has really helped. I've been really struggling with motivation though, so I haven't been doing quite as well with just finding new readers slash like making money from my work, but I've been doing a bit better lately though. So, but again, it's not, I can't live off of the money that I make, but it is quite helpful for me. Like I can definitely cover like groceries and maybe like another bill with that, like food costs plus maybe 1 or 2 bills, which is very, very nice. But yeah, I'm not like, I still have to like probably get like what's it called? Some sort of day job. Probably
yeah.
some sort of customer service, retail, whatever. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Hopefully I can do something that's like somewhat related to what I enjoy, because the last job that I had was it was sales, but it was sales for food, and it was a product that I actually really liked. Like I already liked their stuff before I worked for them, so like it wasn't as, I didn't feel like I had to like force myself to like talk good about a product.
Yeah.
Like I already liked their stuff, so that helped. I also am like, fairly passionate about like food and cooking and all that sort of stuff. That's more like hobby stuff. Like, if I worked for anything that was like fashion, jewelry, food, what else? Like beauty, makeup stuff, like any of those, like I would enjoy something that's like adjacent to that. Even if it's like retail. I mean, retail still sucks no matter what you're doing, but it
Yeah.
would suck a little bit less if I actually was interested in the stuff I was trying to sell people or like the company I was working for. So I think if I had to push a product that I didn't like, or I just straight up couldn't eat because I'm vegan, that would be a little bit more miserable. Because then I'm like, oh, well, I'm just lying the whole time. Like I know that's just part of the job. A lot of people work at places that like they don't even buy the products and they're just selling to people. But it sucks a little less if you actually like the stuff.
Yeah.
So like, I don't need it to be like an art job, but as long as it's like kind of within my interest, I think I would hate it less. I would hate the job less.
Have you tried like staffing, like temp agencies?
No, not yet. The main problem I have is because I don't have a car, I'm very limited of
Oh
where I
yeah,
can
yeah.
work right now. Yeah, it really limits me. which sucks because unfortunately I also have to like, consider the area that the job is located in, because then that like determines like my public transportation and stuff, of whether it's like safe, because unfortunately I'm a woman alone, and men can be extremely gross in public and make me feel unsafe at a job. So that's something I have to think about too, which is just
Right.
I'm hopefully I think I'll have access to a car fairly soon that'll make things easier. But yeah, I just have to find, part of the reason I've been unemployed for quite a while is just because what do you call it, I I kept being encouraged to find something that was like full-time benefits, which of course is what you want, but it's like finding that in this job market right now
Right.
is terrible.
No,
It's
it's like
horrible, and I'm grateful that my family believes in me, but like I don't believe in the job market. So I
yeah.
kept being like, what if I get a part-time job? Because I felt bad that like they're helping me and I'm not contributing anything really. But they oh yeah, that's sorry, that's Shadow's old design.
It's
It's so DeviantArt. It's so DeviantArt.
it
I
really
kind
is,
of love it.
especially like the gloves and like in like boots. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's so interesting.
So Shadow's
But yeah, so
chrome.
I kept being encouraged to find like a very specific type of job, and like to encouraged to find an art job, and I'm like, I don't feel super I don't have a lot of confidence in finding an art job. I have more confidence finding some random full-time job than I have finding an art job. Like the like animation and like kind of entertainment arts industry is like really doing bad right now. People that like always have work are out of work right now. Like if they're not finding work, me as a newbie who's never had any of those jobs, like I don't have a lot of confidence in that. So yeah, it's basically like I was encouraged to like find these sort of jobs, and I kept saying, hey, maybe I should like get a part-time job and contribute. And they're like, no, just like focus on finding this other job. I'm like, okay, I'm very grateful that I have that support. Like I'm very privileged for that. But at the same time, I'm like, I need money.
Right. Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, I've been unemployed for like, I don't know, I say unemployed as if I didn't have a job recently, but it was so short. It was like a little over a month of work. But it helps my resume. So sorry, those freaking spike balls are swinging so fast. It's almost funny. It felt like a bit for a second. Like
You're like
I
what?
don't know. I don't know. That threw me off for a second there. But yeah, so I spent a year trying to find a job that would actually like be good and like really support me. That was not happening. So now I'm just trying to find a part-time job, and probably have two part-time jobs, because one of my friends who moved here recently had to get two part-time jobs to move here. I'm like, yeah, that checks out. That's just how it is. So I'm trying to find, probably have to get two part-time jobs, which won't be amazing, but it is what it is. I've been trying to get a good job, and that seems to not be happening. So, oh well. At least I can make some extra money with my art stuff. At least I can rely on that to help me a bit, which will be nice.
Well, how's the Patreon going along? Like, how's that doing
Oh,
for you?
going quite good. It wasn't. I don't want to say it was going bad, but like, I was definitely, because the thing is, a good chunk of money you get when you have like a Patreon is people that go and they stay for a month and then they leave. So if you can have constantly new people finding you and constantly like, staying for a month and then leaving, that really boosts how much money you make in a month. So like, at least as an artist, the advertising really helped, because I have like those core group of people that I'm super grateful that have been, subscribed for like a really long time, who are very consistently subscribed. That's super helpful. That's like the base money, but like where your money goes up significantly are the people that actually only stay for a month and then leave. But those are new people, so you basically have to be advertising enough to constantly get new people in. So
Right.
my problem was I wasn't really advertising much at the time, because it was like I was kind of struggling mentally with my art because of just everything going on. It was very, I don't know, it's just like I really was struggling with motivation, and that included like making extra content outside. Like I was just trying to keep up with the stuff I needed to do, so that the people that were already subscribed to me, like I wasn't wasting their money, because it took me a long time to even want to make a Patreon, because I was concerned I wouldn't be able to keep up with it, and that I would be wasting people's money, and that makes me feel terrible more than anything else. I don't want people to subscribe to me and then be like, I'm not fulfilling anything that I'm telling them they're gonna get. I already kind of feel a bit bad that I've had to put Warmth on pause for so long. It's just been really hard to keep up with making another comic page on top of like the other ones, and then just everything else.
Yeah. But I mean,
So I'm feeling a bit more motivated now, so hopefully I can finish it. Like, we're really probably only like 3 or 4 pages away from being done with it. So I'm like, oh, it's been on hiatus for so long with like 3 pages left. This is crazy.
really.
Yeah, it's been on hiatus for like probably over a year, and like there's like probably only 3 or 4 pages left. But like, it's hard. Making a comic page takes so much longer than just making like a small illustration or sketch or whatever. So like, I just haven't had the time. I've also been like kind of helping family with some stuff, and when I'm home, I just can't work on I can't work on the not safe for work stuff because I don't have any privacy at home at my family's place. It's there is no room for me to stay in. I basically sleep on an air mattress in the living room when I'm there, and I have to draw when I'm like just sitting in the living room with the rest of my family. So obviously I can't work on that stuff while I'm there. So then I have to play catch up when I get home, when I get back to my place. So that's been kind of the struggle of not being able to keep up with Warmth on top of some other stuff. Because I just have to play catch up so I make sure people get what they're paying for. Because if I spend time trying to make Warmth, then there's less art coming out that month because I have to like play catch up, and it takes longer for me to make those pages. Which is annoying to me because I was hoping that, because I've reached a point in the comic by now where I wanted to do another AU comic. Because it would take place in the AU that Warmth happens, that like, because if I make all these different like AU comics, but they're all like, the other AUs are no longer like technically like canon in their own AUs, and it's like, okay, well now they're just like fucking for the first time in every single comic. Like that gets boring. Like every single time is the first time. It didn't, it's not canon. Warmth is not canon. It didn't happen in the comic, but like it's fun to explore that idea.
It's the wholesome Chungus universe.
Exactly. But then the next one I wanted to do was, so how with like the recent chapter, Kane's like, oh, we should fuck, and Aiden's like, I can't do it. The AU is what if she said yes, but that would be on the assumption that like Warmth had happened. So like it takes place in this AU where like they've actually fucked before. The problem is I haven't finished Warmth yet, so I haven't been able to make that next comic that I really wanted to make.
I mean, I know Warmth's been in hiatus for a while because like I'm in the Patreon as well.
Yeah.
But like I didn't realize how almost done it was.
Yeah, it's almost done.
I still can't believe that.
There's only
insane.
like
I thought there were more. Like, oh,
there's like maybe like at the most like maybe 5 pages. I have to look at my script because it's hard to tell exactly how many pages are left. Because I don't script it in the way that like some comic artists do, where like they do like a page by page. This is what happens on this page. Because I don't know. I like to kind of feel it out more when I work on it. I like having structure, but I don't like having too much structure. I feel like it kind of kills the vibe of it for me. So I don't know exactly how many pages I have in a chapter or a project. I just get a feel for it on like this script length is about like 30 pages, 30 to 40 pages. I think I keep my chapters anywhere from like 35 to 40 pages. I think chapter 0 was like 45 pages or something. I knew that one would be a bit longer because I originally was going to have those chapters in 2 parts, that chapter 0 being 2 parts, but then I was working on it, like, actually, this ended up being pages that I can keep it in just 1 chapter, So,
yeah.
At the time, I never worked on, like, a page comic like that, so I wasn't sure how to feel out how long it would end up being the script until I actually made it. And the thing is, when I work on chapters, I end up sometimes make changes to the script in the middle of working on a chapter, and it just, I feel like if I structure it too much, and ends up being annoying having to like change things and fix things. So I kind of keep it sort of open-ended, but I can kind of give a feeling for how long a script will be. So I don't know exactly how many pages are left in Warmth, but we're close enough that I think it might be like 3 to 5. we're pretty close. It's just been really hard for me to like pick it up. I did that 1 page and I was like, we're going again, and then life happened. I couldn't keep up. I couldn't like get back on track without like, not fulfilling what people are paying for. And so that's like my main thing. I just want to make sure that people are getting the art that they're paying to see.
Yeah. I mean, you do a lot for your Patreon, though. I mean, like, not only like
That's
your,
what I'm told by. That's what I'm told by some other people. They're like, I don't make nearly that much that much art for my Patreon, so maybe I don't need to be doing like a one a week draw. You know, not safe for work drawing. Like maybe I only do 2 a month. I don't know. Maybe I had to cut down, but I don't know.
Well, because like you show this, you show the sketches, and you show like the no words, like whatever, and then you show like the final version of it, and then like do like a little like extra art on top of it. Like you do a lot. You really do.
True, true. Maybe
And-
I should cut. Maybe I should cut down. That'll help me actually complete Warmth. I think that'll really help if I do, but I don't know. It's like I started with doing 4 and now I'm 4 a month, and now I'm like, because I also raised prices as well. It was quite cheap when I first started because I wasn't sure how well I would keep up with it. I was very not confident in making one, but I talked to a few other people and they're like, hey, if anything, if you started out really cheap, then you don't feel as bad about making some mistakes early on. And then I raised prices because I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm selling at this point, I feel pretty good and I'm selling myself short. So I did raise prices. And then I made like an extra tier where it's like, you don't get anything extra. This is just if you want to give me more money because you're a very kind person. I've had a couple people actually subscribe to that one. I'm, extremely grateful for them. It's really fucking nice that people want to do that. Of course, like any money anyone wants to give me for just me making my silly little monster comic, it's feel extremely grateful for that. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I was talking to a friend because of course you want to talk to other artists and see what they're doing to kind of get ideas and how to like, make merch, all that art stuff that like you only have to learn from other people. And yeah, she was like, if you just make a tier that's like literally nothing else is offered, it's just if you want to give me money. Some people will subscribe to it, and she was right. But yeah, that's just no pressure for anyone to join that one. There really isn't anything extra there besides my love and my gratitude. I will be extra grateful for you. That's the only perk. I will be extra grateful for you because you're very kind. I don't know. I feel kind of self-conscious putting that one there. I'm like, would people really? Because like they're getting nothing extra. I don't know. Some people are just like that. I underestimate people. I don't know. Some people are just like, it's like when people do like do commissions and like someone gives them like a giant tip. And it's like, whoa! I mean, I haven't done that because I haven't like opened any like paid commissions really, because it's just not really my vibe. I'd rather try to make my Patreon bigger, just making my own art. Mm-hmm. I don't mind doing some commissions for friends and stuff, of course, but the commissioned artist lifestyle is not really what I want. So I haven't actually experienced like opening up commissions and people giving you these like fucking huge tips out of nowhere. But I hear that it happens.
Well, like, I don't know, like, at some point, if we work together again, that'd be fun.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's just like I've been barely being able to keep up with my own comic just because of mental health, and so I just haven't been available for it. But once I've been feeling a lot better recently, and I'm hoping I have like a doctor's appointment that'll help me with the meds that I'm on that have been making me kind of depressed. So hopefully I'll be doing much better after that, because I was doing okay before. It's just I was more just like kind of depressed because of just everything else going on in the world, and I'm usually not like that. I'm usually pretty positive and motivated, but it's kind of hard to be positive with everything that's been happening. I try my best, but it got significantly worse when I was on my meds. They helped a lot of the issues, that I got on them in the first place, but unfortunately the side effect was that I, like, once a month, I had varying severities of depression, whether it was just like a little bit or like I can't get out of bed, like it's kind of crazy. And so I was like, I was hoping I would just be able to write it out, like it would lessen, because sometimes like that can happen, like negative symptoms when you start end up going away. And I was like, this is not going away, so I need to try something else. It's kind of like functions similarly to, they're not the same meds, but it's kind of like if people are on like SSRIs or like antidepressant meds, like it's not a one-size-fits-all for that type of medication. Like people have to try a bunch of different ones because people react very differently to them. It's kind of like that. So it's just like trial and error. It sucks, but hopefully if I find the right one, it'll help.
One of the chatters, another friend of mine, Calibra, he said my sympathies.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing much better though. I think I've generally, I think what really helped is I needed to kind of find what was motivating me and making me feel passionate about my work in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And I think through just everything else being very depressing, I needed to kind of find that passion again because like what was really driving me was just my passion for other things that I loved, and it made me want to create something. But then it's like, you know, I was still living off that for a while, but then, you know, my passion is distracted by all the horrible shit going on. So I had to find
Yeah.
that again. Rewatching Full Metal Alchemist has been extremely motivating for me because that's one of the things that was. I talk about Mass Effect a lot because obviously that was like the blueprint, but
Yeah.
like Full Metal Alchemist was like a major inspiration and like is like contributes like hugely to like my like artistic process and like writing and everything. And so like rewatching that has really helped me. So I'm trying to like rewatch a lot of this stuff, or this is why I like really need to get my PS4 fixed because I just need to play Mass Effect again. I need the passion back. So I'm trying to like you know, rewatch and like play games and whatever for like the things that kind of inspired the comic to kind of help me feel excited for it again.
You
But yeah,
can-
Full Metal Alchemist helped significantly. I still have the last season left to finish, but man, it felt so good to rewatch it. That show's so that show and the manga, just amazing.
yeah, it's good that you're finding the time to like touch back with your roots.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what I need. Because yeah, rewatching Full Metal Alchemist really helped me. I would definitely need. Well, of course, beta readers won't get the unfinished like chapter, but I definitely need to touch in with some other people to like help me with the writing because initially I did have the next chapter's script finished, but what do you call it? I ended up changing something, and now I'm like, oh, I have to figure this dialogue out again. Originally, I was like studying it up for like the next place that they're gonna go, and actually getting there, and kind of like starting that like next arc, but I feel like there were some conversations that I needed them to have first,
Right.
because they won't really have as many moments for that. Like now is the time for them to talk a bit more, and so I decided to push all that content that I wrote for the end of chapter 5 into uh, chapter 6, basically.
Right.
So now I have this ending that I'm trying to figure out how to wrap up, and this chapter is almost over too. Like I probably only have how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 pages left of chapter 4 right now. So
Really?
I'll be entering. Yeah, I only have 4 or 5 pages left. I'll be entering the pre-production phase again for the next chapter soon.
Okay.
That one will definitely take a bit longer for the pre-production for this one for chapter 4 because I'll have to make some 3D models. But it shouldn't be too bad because we're taking place like basically in the same place that this chapter is in. I just have to make some extra 3D models. It's more of like the writing that'll actually get me this time because I'm kind of struggling with the ending this chapter. It's like there's so much stuff that I want them to be able to say to each other, but then them talking about something opens up the need for more lore to be established. Because right now it's like I was kind of focusing on setting up the characters. The lore is kind of explored very slowly, but I'm like, okay, I feel like readers like they want to know more about like the humans and like all this other stuff and like that like explains like kind of what happened to these characters. But it ended up being so wordy and so long, and it didn't, like tonally it didn't work. So I'm trying to like figure out how to condense all this information in a way that feels satisfying and like opens it up to like be explained more later without making it feel like I'm just like cutting off information from people. So it's struggle. It's a struggle. So I'll probably have to reach out for some other like comic friends and like other people. I might even have you look at my script and be like, help. Because I need eyes on it because it's dialogue in general. I kind of struggle a bit because it's not that like I feel like I'm very good at making my characters feel like people when they talk, but like I'm a very wordy person. I over explain myself a lot, so whenever I have people that are like beta reading and editing my script, a lot of the times they have to cut out quite a handful of sentences because I don't need characters to say 5 different things to say one thing, you know? Like they could just say the one thing.
Yeah. I mean, like it was interesting, like like seeing like one of your beta scripts and like talking to you about like going through that with you.
Yeah. No, it was really fun. I'll definitely. I'm just trying to find like the time in the evening because I usually like to do this stuff in the evening. to send people scripts and be like, help. Because part of the pre-production process is, of course, like if there's any new characters or locations, I have to make concept art for that. Obviously, I show people the concept art in Patreon. That's like an exclusive thing because, you know, I want people to still be able to get stuff while I'm on hiatus. Then the comic itself is on hiatus because I'm like, people are paying me. People are paying me, so you guys get all the, you know, concept art and like 3D models and stuff during this time.
Wasn't that when you started Warmth last time you're doing you're on your break?
Oh, you know what? I probably will be able to pick up Warmth on my break, on my hiatus, like pre-production time, because I won't be able to. I won't be making pages, so I can. Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I can definitely finish Warmth during that time, because I won't be making pages, so that'll really help. I finally finish it.
Well, because I remember like last time you're on a break, like doing pre-production, you did like a few AU stuff on Patreon. So
yeah. Yeah, I'll probably also maybe do some other like sketches that aren't really pre-production, but are just like fun things for people to see. Because I have some ideas, just for maybe AU or like future concepts and stuff. I want to make sure, you know, people have art they can see, and you know, because again, they're paying me. I want to make sure people get stuff, even if they're not getting comic pages. But yeah, I can definitely finish. I can definitely finish Warmth during my pre-production kind of. Not a true hiatus. I'm still working, but I'm not making pages, which is a bit more intense. But yeah, I can definitely finish Warmth, and I would like to see if I can kind of start working on the next AU comic that I want to make, at least scripting it. Oh, I also have to make a lot of edits to Warmth because I realized I made anatomical mistakes that are important, because it's very hard to figure out how to. I don't know if I can say this on Twitch.
we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube, but like you're fine. You can go off. Yeah, but you can go off though.
Can I say the anatomical word for a coochie on YouTube?
Sure.
I don't know. I know YouTube's kind of strict about that stuff. So, but anyways, the anatomically correct vagina. Finding any sort of like reference for that is extremely hard. It's I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because everyone hates women, but the world hates women, so like, I shouldn't be surprised. But unfortunately, I was surprised when I was trying to look up a very like a clear, like anatomically correct, normal image of a woman's vagina that you can actually see detail to like draw things correctly. Because you know, when you're making like adult art, there's a lot of close-up shots for things. So I need a good reference, and unfortunately, it's not just me. Other people that make erotic art also get it wrong because it's just hard to find a good reference. I drew the clitoris wrong.
Oh my god!
I drew the clitoris very wrong, and it's wrong in pretty much all of the pages except for the recent ones when I realized I drew it wrong. There is no button there. There's no little button. It's just it forms into like a nub shape. But there is no like kind of button look to it, and I was like, ah, shit. It's an easy fix, but I have to go back into a bunch of pages and edit that, because once Warmth is done, I'd like to be able to find a place where I can sell it, which will probably just be Patreon, because I don't think you can also like sell digital projects on Patreon, because you know, obviously, unfortunately, all those other sites banned adult content. It's called Gumroad.
Well, on Patreon, you can like sell like Nazi for comics
products,
as a bundle, like a separate from the Patreon. I don't know, like,
that's what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, because it's like art. There's certain artists like Jack Lou and like Purple Birdman. Like they do like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. I was originally gonna have them on like, you know, Gumroad and those other sites, but then they banned adult content, so that's not happening anymore. But I can at least sell them on Patreon still, luckily.
And it's also like
I just wish there were more options.
Well, there's like a smaller publishing company called Beware Market or something like that, and you could like, I don't know, reach out to them.
It's possible, because I specifically be, I guess it's easier to use sites where it's more of like, there's no kind of contract with using it, because I'd still like those pages to be available to like just patrons to read it through the like just subscribing, but I'd also like people to be able to buy the completed comics separately from being subscribed as a patron, because you know, while it's running, there's motivation to read it while it's running, but and you know, I could still make people just subscribe to Patreon to read it, but I feel like it kind of helps me better to just offer it as a PDF, like a paid PDF, and then because there's a bunch of new stuff that'll be running that will encourage people to want to subscribe. So
No, yeah, no, for sure, no, for sure, I
I
agree with
think
that.
selling a PDF would be very helpful for me. Something I want to do that again I haven't done yet is I'd like to release old like collections of like like a when did I start Patreon? I think it was 2024. That'll be a smaller, cheaper one because I started like in the summer of that year, so there's only like half a year's worth of content there. But I'd like to make like these like kind of a digital art book of like all the like not safe for work illustrations I made during that year. So people can pay for the ones they see for that year, but if they want to see any of the new ones, they have to stay subscribed. I don't know. I'm trying to think because I'm trying to think of like what gets people. Because I feel like in some ways you kind of end up getting more subscribers by offering certain things outside of just your tiers. I know some artists, they make their stuff like literally just like free on Twitter or whatever after a certain X amount of time. But I don't know. I don't really like that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm greedy. But like, but if anything, I would like to offer things as like like you don't have to subscribe. You can just like own this digital product. Like you could just buy it.
Well, that's like the incentive to like join up. Like you could join now. Like you can be there when like new pages come in. Also, but also you can just
Yeah, exactly.
buy stuff when it's done
Exactly.
as like a trade or whatever. It's an investment at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So like any new like illustrations or like pages to like a running AU comic, that's like the appeal. But yeah, I think if the art is a certain amount of years old, then I'll probably make like a digital art book for it so that people can just like see the older art too and just buy it.
No, yeah, I mean like because I was gonna recommend that to you like before when you're like talking about your Patreon, but I'm gonna wait till you're finished first before I drop
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you. But yeah, that's a great thing you can do. Like you can do that. Like sell like collections of your like of the warmth and like
Yeah.
art you've done.
Yeah, exactly. I just have to finish Warmth and then make all the edits I need to make. I need to like comb through it like 20 times because I swear I'll like look at a page and everything looks good and then I make a horrific spelling error like that one page.
That well on Instagram, yeah. I
Yeah, I
felt
was like, oh my god.
I feel so
I couldn't
bad.
let it sit there. It felt too horrible. I was like, no, I have to replace this. This is terrible.
I felt so bad for telling you. I was like, I don't be that one guy, but like,
No, no, thank you. I didn't notice it at all. And mind you, I'm still like reading. I like reread all the text to make sure like I didn't make any mistakes. I still missed it. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just too tired. Sorry, that death made me laugh.
it made me laugh. Too. I was like, Also,
I was like just running on the train and just like immediately caught in the spikes on the.
but one of my friends in the chat, he said that he's also an artist and he does like he has like, his own podcast who discusses
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
transformation. He's like he shot the references are for that for like vaginas are like hard to find.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I mean,
Again,
not I know like the responsibility is not on you, but like that'd be an interesting idea. We can get like a zine of like teaching anatomy. It'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not like an anatomy expert in that way. I barely feel like I know what I'm doing there. Again, I was doing it wrong for a very long time, but like it's just hard to find a good like clear visual reference of those things. Like it's like I don't know. It's just like all the angles you can't see anything. Of course, you can easily find a penis and balls everywhere, but I can't find like just very normal images of a vagina where I can like
I mean,
understand the anatomy.
stupid question, but like, could you like find like a medical book that like that shows that like that kind of way?
They they exist, but it's what
Because
do
I
you
feel
call it? They help to a certain degree, but drawing from life is like the best reference because there's a lot of details that like medical illustrations don't quite capture in the same way they look on a person. So that's like kind of been my problem. So that's why I feel like some of my like characters' anatomy has looked like kind of strange because it's kind of hard to find these references that are like real people, which you'd think that wouldn't be the case with all the porn out there, but like,
yeah.
like when
Well,
I'm trying to look at like I feel bad because when I try to look for like just a normal reference, I can't find it. I have to specifically look for porn, which is sad. It shouldn't be the case.
it should. Well, my friend's like saying that if you want references to like I guess like anatomical vaginas, he knows where you can find them, or he knows where you can find them. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just like interested because I mean like what I mean I never thought about it like this. Like, I mean, for guys, right? Like, I mean, where would you go? I guess.
I mean,
Like,
I can very easily look for like penis references. It's because like the shots like usually aren't close enough, or there's like other things that like kind of get in the way where you can't really see everything. Also, some of this is a personal problem, but some of the like shots, like the close-ups, are I don't know. Is it too graphic for me to be too? I don't want to explain things if it's too graphic for YouTube because I know that YouTube can be a huge pain. Um,
knock yourself out.
I want to say something that would be
Here,
a problem
here.
for you.
No, knock yourself out. You can. It's fine.
Okay, hell yeah. So, basically a lot of like the images are images where like a woman is like really like spreading her vagina and you can like see the cervix. And I don't like, and I say this as a woman, I get like, it icks me out. Not because it's actually like gross, it's just human anatomy, but like something about that like hits my like, just feel uncomfortable. You know, there's just certain body things that just like feel uncomfortable for you as like a person. Like
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's almost like the visual equivalent of like nails on a chalkboard to me. Something about it like kind of freaks me out. You know, it's
Okay.
it's like those like it's like those porn videos where they like really stretch out their asshole. Like that freaks me out. That's like it freaks me out. I can't see those. I mean, if it's fake, like okay, like if it's like art, I'm like whatever. But like if it's real, I'm like that's scary to me. And I know it's like literally just woman's anatomy, but I don't know what it is. It freaks me out. So whenever I try to find a close-up shot, so many of them are like that, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. It just personally kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a very obviously very sex positive person. I don't think it's actually gross, but it's something about it. Like I can't even explain why it like kind of grosses me out, and I don't like looking at it. Yeah, but a lot of those are like that, and I'm like, please, can I have a normal image of a vagina, please? Can I please have a normal one where you're not like having, or I'm not like looking inside? Like, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's yeah. Unfortunately, it's extremely common when I'm trying to look up reference images, especially if it's porn. It's like if I'm trying. Unfortunately, I hate that having to use porn as a reference, but it's just that hard. But
But I feel like a lot of
yeah,
artists use like
so many
porn
of them are
as-
like so many of them are like let me spread my coochie super wide, and that kind of freaks me out.
Okay.
I don't know. I think there's something about like I hate using the word body horror for like normal bodily things, but it kind of like hits that like weird kind of body horror like feeling for me for some reason. I don't know. I can't even explain why, because again, it's not like they're doing anything like extreme. It just like for some reason kind of icks me out in a way that I can't describe. Human anatomy is not gross. I'm just weird about that one particular thing, so it makes finding references hard.
Does your college? I don't know if you're like during your college anymore, or like is there like little colleges that do like models for like
Yeah, I've done a lot of life drawing, but you know, it's new drawing, but you don't like nothing is close up. You know, you're not drawing people's genitals. I mean, you are, but you're not like it's not like a close up of anyone's genitals. They're just people standing there, so it's very normal looking.
Oh no,
So
I
it does
mean,
help.
I mean, just to like have like examples for like anatomy practices. I mean, not like if
Oh,
if it icks you out.
oh no, I mean, so the thing is with like life drawing is you are drawing people nude, but they're like in the middle, they're like standing in the middle of the room, so you're like X amount of distance away. You're not really able to see the details that I need to be able to see when doing like not safe for work art type of stuff. So it is helpful in terms of like a general human body thing, but if you're looking for a close-up of a very specific like body part, it's harder because those are like kind of smaller details I would need that I can't get from life drawing as well, unless you have like this is a specifically drawing like people's genitals life art, you know?
Yeah.
That would be like the very specific class I would need, and I feel like that's much harder to get people to want to model for, understandably.
Have you tried
You know,
using
it's
yourself
already
as reference? Have you tried using yourself as reference?
to a certain degree. I feel like it's always kind of awkward though. I can usually use myself for like other things. Like sometimes my characters have like weirdly short fingers, chubby hands randomly. That's because it's my own hand.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll have longer fingers, and then also part of the thing that helps a lot is having the actual like image reference there when you're drawing. And I'm like, I don't like having pictures of like I don't like having intimate pictures of myself like in my phone. It kind of freaks me out with the way that like you know all these apps use like AI to like scan your shit and like like sell your data and whatever. So like I don't know, maybe it's me being paranoid, but I hate having like if I have any sort of nude photo, even if it's purely for like I can't see this thing with a mirror, so I need a photo. Like I delete it like immediately. I don't want it to be stored on the app.
No, that's fair. That's actually that's completely valid
Yeah.
to feel that way.
It's just helped to a certain degree, but yeah, having like a actual image reference that I can like put into my file so I can like see right next to it, it's just hard. It's very hard finding that somehow. I'll be able to find something good. It just like takes a lot more digging than you think. You know, again with all the porn out there, like why is it not why is it not easy?
Yeah, I'm
It's
surprised.
difficult. But
Yeah,
I'll have,
I'm surprised too. Actually, I mean, that's weird.
yeah, it's very weird. But I'll have to go back in and like make a bunch of edits to work because I drew an as a woman I drew an anatomically incorrect vagina, which feels very embarrassing.
It happens to the best of us. I mean,
Exactly, it happens to the best of us. Um, yeah, no, it is really funny. It was funny as I learned that from another not safe for work artist, Dark Chibi Shadow. We did like a comic like guest comic collab like a year or two ago.
oh, cool.
Yeah, he makes a lot of like monster romance, like trans monster romance, like not safe for work comics and stuff. Super cute. Also does the Gummy and the Doctor. I don't. You, that one's again. This is all porn content. But they're his stuff is very good. But he made like a tweet or like something. I think it was on Blue Sky actually about the fact that like people are drawing it wrong and not in like a mean way, of course. Like more just like educational. I've seen it a few times. Easy mistake to make, especially if you're also referencing other art. Because I also reference like other people's art because there's a way that you like stylize anatomy that like looks. There's a way that you stylize anatomy to look very appealing in not safe for work art. So I also reference other people's art, and other people also get it wrong because it's hard to find good references. So unfortunately, we've all kind of been cannibalizing each other's art. And getting the anatomy wrong, and so he made like a post about it, and I was like, oh shit. I've already made most of this comic and it's anatomically incorrect.
Yeah, even Libra said like you're not the only AFAB to like draw it wrong.
Exactly.
Like, but that's your point. Like people like draw like genitals in like an appealing way that's not like true to life. Which I mean, like I guess depending on like what you're trying to do, then, like, I think maybe it might not matter? Question mark.
No, it does matter because a lot of it's like short, like really close-up shots, and it's just anatomically incorrect. It's like if someone was drawing balls, but they made them like both separate, like two separate balls.
So like
It's
like Sonic's eyes. I got you. It was like
yeah, it's like movie Sonic's eyes versus game Sonic's eyes.
exactly.
Like,
And we're talking about
you
the
know,
game.
like it's a small. It's I mean, it's a fairly small like difference, but it's something that's important. And I was like, ah, shit. This is incorrect. Again, it's a super easy thing to fix. I just have to erase some lines, but there's a lot of pages I have to go back and fix, basically. Basically, almost all the pages. All the pages that show a close-up vagina I have to fix.
Well, it makes you feel better. I mean, when people do collections, they'll just go back in and change the art.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna re-upload, and by re-upload, luckily, like Patreon, I can just like edit the post and then replace the images. I'll just like replace them with the updated artwork.
Yeah.
Once I'll do that, I'll worry about that once the comic's actually finished, and then of course I'll have like the finished, you know, edited, fixed version of the pages all compiled in an ebook. Once I'm done with that and have the time to make it into an ebook. I also need to make ebooks of each chapter of Second Contact in general. It's just a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff to work on. I've never made an ebook before, so like that's a whole thing too. Yeah, that's something I would like to be able to. The problem is that like if I'm selling at a convention, I definitely have to be. Well, I guess it depends. There's a lot of artists that sell not safe for work stuff, but there isn't like a dedicated not safe for work area. They just can't like put it up, like display it.
Yeah.
But there are like dedicated not safe for work areas where you can have that, like sell it openly. So I guess it depends on the convention. I may be subjected to being in the like all the like the not safe for work 18+ area of the artist alley at some conventions, which is fine because again, a lot of conventions, people specifically like a lot of people go to those areas. Obviously, I don't want kids looking at my stuff. I do not want them there. They need to go away. Thank God for like TikTok and Instagram, or well, Instagram I think had an age filter thing for a long time. I just didn't know it existed. They have like the minimum age thing where you can type it in, like what's the minimum age of the people that can see your account type of thing. You know, of
Uh-huh.
course I make it 18, and then anyone under 18 can't see it. That doesn't mean, you know, people under 18 aren't seeing it. They're just lying about their age, but there isn't much you can do about that besides being extremely invasive and asking for people's IDs, which is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Something that sounds good, good idea, bad practice sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Because these companies are not protecting your information. They're
Mhm.
getting hacked all the time, and they're not protecting your info. So I just don't trust that. It's unfortunately there isn't really a good workaround for that that's safe for everyone. So I think, you know, I grew up in the you know, kind of lawless internet in terms of content. You know, YouTube before they were cracking down on all this stuff. And you know, I survived. Is there stuff I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid? Yeah, and I wish, I'm glad that there's certain like restrictions. But I think some of the things that are happening, or that are trying to, you know, certain laws that are trying to get passed to restrict the internet more, are very, very bad idea. You know,
Yeah.
but they put it under the guise of like, we're here to protect kids. I'm like, no, you're not. You're here to steal all my data and sell all my information. Um, but yeah, there's nothing I can really do about people lying about their age. But I've noticed a significant downtick, significantly fewer like stupid comments from people, and it's because those stupid comments were from teenagers that shouldn't be seeing my stuff anyways. They don't have the maturity to interact with my content.
Look,
Um,
look.
so
One day, the next generation is gonna be like, oh yeah, like my first crush when I was like 14 was Kane from this like indie comic you ever heard of, Second Contact.
yeah,
It's
oh,
gonna,
I
it's
hope not.
gonna happen, son.
Oh, I hope not.
If it was you, then it's gonna be them at some point.
Yeah, probably,
In theory.
probably. Although the good thing, there's kind of good and bad to it. On one hand, there's like what do you call it? On one hand, it's positive that how would I put it? Because okay, so it's a negative because kids aren't really being taught internet safety nowadays. When I was
Mhm.
like in elementary school and like middle school, but even like elementary school, like, and even with like parents, like not just school and parents, there was like a big emphasis on like internet safety. Um, and you know, a lot of parents would say like, don't put your real birthday into anything. That's why I'm a little bit nervous now with like these social media sites that want to implement these ID checks because none of my birthdays are real. So I'm like, oh shit. I know there's ways to change some of them, but you know, it's kind of like, damn, that was like an internet safety thing before, like not give anything, you know, like your real information, and now it's like could bite me in the ass. But you know, at the time there was a lot more like emphasis on internet safety, and so people wouldn't
Mhm.
put their real ages and stuff. The positive of the lack of kind of one positive to, I guess, the lack of talks about internet safety is a lot of kids online will put their real birthday into things. So at least when I can like try to limit the people that see my accounts, I am actually banning a lot of kids because they
Yeah.
actually put their real information in shit. Um,
True. Yeah.
they just think the internet is super safe and they can put all their information out there, which means I'm also banning them from seeing my stuff, which is great. Um, Obviously there are also kids that lie so that they can see stuff that they shouldn't be, but you know, everyone did that when I was on the internet as a kid. But because there's less like talks about internet safety now, a lot more kids are putting like their real, I mean, good for good and bad, putting their real information on things. So at least when I can block minors from my accounts, it actually does work to a certain degree. I've noticed a significantly fewer really stupid comments and like kind of rage bait type of comments, which are usually just from like teenage boys that have nothing better to do than just leave super rude comments on any video they dislike. But that's where most of like a lot of the rude comments come from. There are people that like legit leave comments that like you can tell like, okay, they actually believe this shit. But then there's a lot of them where I'm like, you don't fucking care. You just want to be mean and you just want to like get people to be mad at you and stuff. So like, I just don't really care. But I'm glad I get less of those. Glad I get less
Yeah.
of those now.
That's good at least.
Yeah, TikTok within like the last year or so implemented a thing where you can your account is basically can't can't be viewed by anyone that's underage, which is great. They needed that for a really long time. So that's helped me a lot too. It made me feel a bit more comfortable with advertising my Patreon there. I hate when people make the argument like TikTok is a kids account, no, a kids site. No, it's not. Unfortunately, a lot of kids are on there. I can't really do anything about that, but it's not a kids website. Just because kids are there doesn't mean it's a kids website.
I think the
It
price
just
is
means
it.
that
Well, the
they're
price is like the price is a kid site is like you have to be like what 13 or something to like join the website. So technically, like maybe more kids on TikTok or at least access to these sites at the age that they're deemed to be. I mean, that's what
Yeah, yeah.
people say about Twitch. Like, Twitch,
Well,
you can be 13 to be on Twitch.
yeah, because TikTok in at least I think it still is, but very very popular. For a long time, it kind of had the reputation of like this is the teenager dancing website. This is a teenager dancing dancing app because it was originally I think it was Musically. Yeah, Musically was the thing before, and then
So,
that died, and then they made TikTok. I think it was Musically that was made by ByteDance.
it
But
was musically,
that's what
yeah.
TikTok was. That's what TikTok was for like the longest time, or at least most of the content there. And so it kind of gained the reputation of like this is the account where it's just a bunch of teenagers dancing on TikTok. Which that is a good chunk. That still is a good chunk of content on TikTok. But like you'll never see that content if you don't interact with that. But I get the caveat of that. I've been seeing a lot of content on TikTok that I don't interact with, and I actively click not interested. That I still keep seeing all the time, and I think it's because of whatever happened after the US bought it. Whatever they're doing to the algorithm, I dislike it. I don't want to see these teenagers on my screen. Get them off. I want them to leave. I want them to leave. I don't want to see them. That and a lot of like weird religious shit, which is like, ugh. I hate having the pattern recognition of being like the rise of conservatism. That's why I'm seeing all this garbage here. Um, yeah, I'm getting a lot of weird like motivational pray to Jesus type stuff. Not a lot, but like it comes up like I actively go into the features to like block hashtags with any of that content and like anything remotely similar to that and constantly click not interested on like any of those videos I get so that I hopefully don't get into my algorithm again. But like the amount of videos where it's like a teenager posting like a video that's just them trying to like thirst trap with some sort of like text that people used to just make a tweet. It'll be like relatable high school relationship thing, and it's just them with like mewing at the screen. That I get like more I get more of those videos on my feed than I used to.
That is pretty
Sadly,
weird, yeah.
Unfortunately, TikTok will occasionally. I mean, beforehand they would occasionally leak like fairly popular videos into your feed, even if they had nothing to do with any of your interests and the usual content that you watch. But I find I'm getting that shit a lot more now, and it's really irritating. I'm like, I don't want to see this. It's so cringe. I don't want to see this shit. I am not the demographic. I'm like in my mid to late 20s. I don't want to be seeing like relatable, not relatable high school shit. Like I don't care. This kid is 14. I don't want to see this.
I gave Gamer is similar in age.
Yeah, I'm 27.
Oh,
Not super. Well, let me see. I still have some time. I'm not.
you're not like I'm 25. I'm 25, so like you're pretty fine.
Yeah, I'm like mid. I don't know. 27 is that weird age where I don't know if I'm considered mid or late 20s. Can't tell.
I mean technically late 20s because 25 is mid 20s
Yeah.
and 27.
True. 26 I'd still consider mid 20s.
No, yeah.
27 I think is when you're reaching
The precipice,
kind of late 20s.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the precipice of being a late 20s. I don't feel like it though. I feel like a teenager. I mean, not really a teenager. We're like I feel like a early 20s. I feel like a very young person. I know that like 30 is not old. Late 20s, 30 is not old. I am young. But I feel like I'm supposed to have more of my shit together by this point, but that's also very normal adult feelings, I guess, so.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it doesn't help. I was kind of raised sort of religious, and so I think it gave me a lot of anxiety for things that I should have, experienced or had done by this age. Like, I got my driver's license really late, and I think it's because I was, like, kind of depressed in high school and community college, so I was kind of just like, let me just do my art stuff, and it was really hard for me to find motivation to get my driver's license, I guess. I don't know. When you're depressed, it's like anything outside of the things I really, really needed to do just had no motivation for. And it's sad. I didn't even realize I was depressed in like high school and early college. because you know they describe it as like, oh, you know, the kind of cultural understanding at the time was like, oh, you're just sad, you're just crying all the time and you're sad, and like just wasn't the case. I just felt extremely tired all the time, and when I wasn't like, if I wasn't working on school stuff, I would just be napping. Which I realize now is definitely depression, especially since it came back because of my meds. Occasionally, I'm like, oh, this is familiar. Yep, I was definitely depressed during that time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, depression kind of ruined some of the typical adult and even teenage milestones for me, so I feel like I'm fairly behind in life. Especially with this job market too. I'm like, I feel like a kid. I feel like I feel like a kid. I'm being supported by family and I have no job. All I do is play. I mean, I joke around. All I do is play video games all day. But I actually am working on art and actually making some money. But like, you know, I am doing like productive shit. But like, I feel extremely unproductive.
Yeah, you are doing a lot. Like, you know, give yourself some credit. You're doing a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to be productive as much as I can. I need to look for. Speaking of which, I need to look for some jobs today. I need to be employed. I don't want to be an unemployed chud anymore. I was employed for a bit. I promise I'm a good worker. I'm just this is just terrible job market, and I have no car.
You want to be employed, Chungus, not not unemployed.
Not an
chud.
unemployed chud.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit self-conscious at my age not being where I was hoping to be, but I guess that's also like a very normal feeling too. Not everyone's where
Yeah.
they want to. Like even if I had a job, I'd still feel like I wasn't where I want to be, and a lot of people feel like that. I mean, there are people that are in their 30s that are working like retail jobs with that, which I'll probably end up still be doing. That are like, I'm supposed to be, you know, in this sort of place by this time, but you know, it's all subjective. So, but it's a hard feeling to kind of like come to terms with. I feel like there needs to be more kind of coming of age material about being in your 20s, and not just even college. I mean, like even later, like because technically it's still in a way coming of age. There's still a lot of experiences you're having in your mid 20s, mid to even late 20s. There's a lot of confusion. It's a different type of confusion, but there's confusion.
I feel like there's a lot of like 20s, like mid 20s, like early 30s content where people are just like discovering themselves and going through like stuff before they mature into like, I don't know, like 35 or something. In theory.
Yeah, there's to a certain degree, but I feel like there's less of an emphasis on like the I guess coming of age like aspect of that. Like it's kind of hard for me to describe exactly what I'm referring to, but like there's a lot of experiences that you don't actually have until like you're in your college, and when you're college or even when you're like mid 20s, that I feel like isn't explored quite as often, or at least people don't consider it coming of age. But I'm like, I do. It feels the same. It sure fucking feels the same.
I mean, it could be something.
Yeah,
It could be something you could work on, like a little daily strip kind of thing, or like that kind of thing.
True. Could be. That's part of why the comic I was working on before Second Contact and before Shelter. I don't know if you've read Shelter or Shelter Shorts. That was like technically my first comic because it's the one I actually made. The other one was a project that I was developing for a really long time, and then the webtoon contest happened. So I'm like, okay, well, let me work on something else because I want to submit to this. Let me work on something else that I can specifically submit to the webtoon contest in 2020. And that was Shelter. That was like the cute robot one that I did with a cat. And I kind of made a side comic of that later, just to kind of a way to practice and find a new like workflow. But there was another comic that I was planning way before Shelter and before Second Contact called The Everlasting Hollow World. It was a like a fantasy adventure. It's actually a fantasy adventure, technically furry comic, even though I didn't consider myself a furry at the time. My relationship with being a furry is quite interesting, how I got there. Because technically I've had all the same like furry interests as a lot of people growing up that became furries. But because of like my specific niche is more like fantasy characters, like fantasy species, and not like, you know, like typical animals, I didn't really associate it with being furry, even though it's part of furry, but like I wasn't as interested in like the fursuit and like the like actual like characters that are anthro characters based on real animals type of thing. That didn't appeal to me quite as much, so I'm like, I think it's just my interest in fantasy sci-fi. Like I just like fantasy creatures, which is like a separate thing. And then I'm like, no, I had all the same furry hobbies and interests growing up. I like warrior cats, I like Sonic the Hedgehog,
I was gonna say that, yeah.
like Spyro the Dragon. I like Spyro the Dragon. I was obsessed with dragons. You know, I'm surprised I never read the Wings of Fire series because I think at the time I wouldn't say I was growing out of those interests, but I was starting to kind of get more into like anime and manga. So like I was kind of not reading like the animal books anymore when those came out. But now I need to read them because I was so obsessed with the Legend of Spyro series, and Wings of Fire is basically just that. And so like I need to read them now. Once I finish rereading Gahul and a good chunk of like rereading a lot of the Warriors again, I am going to pick up Wings of Fire. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, it's definitely right up your alley.
But yeah, the comic was technically a furry comic. They were kind of like these elf cat people, sort of. They don't actually look like cats. They kind of look like elves with like animal characteristics like fur and tails. They almost kind of look like monkeys, cats, and elves kind of together. Because I enjoy writing about like non-human characters. I was very inspired by like the Dark Crystal. Like the Dark Crystal, they're definitely not human. Like they're not like humans with pointy ears like elves. They're like truly kind of uncanny looking, but they still have like, you know, human skin and stuff like that. Like
Right.
they're just kind of very uncanny looking humans, kind of creature like. And so I was like, I want something like that. I really like these like non-human, but still kind of humanoid characters. So the characters were kind of like that in the Everlasting Hollow World. But it was like a fantasy adventure, but all the characters were like very young. Like the main character was like 12. But as I've been writing Second Contact, I realized I don't really enjoy writing kid main characters anymore. So I'll probably age up the characters to be like young adults if I ever come back to that project. I hope I want to come back to that project when I'm finally done with Second Contact. I don't know. Maybe I'll be too romance pilled and want to write another romance. There is romance in the Everlasting Hollow World, but it's like, you know, it's not the main thing. It's still like a big theme, like love and like romance and like even like your, you know, family is like a big theme, but it's on the side. So I don't know. Maybe I'll be like too romance pilled and just want to make more romance.
Yeah.
It's okay to abandon projects, but I still really like those characters. But I think when I come back, I'll want to make them adults. But like, you know, as I was saying, like I wish there was more like coming of age about like young adults or like mid-20s people. This wouldn't be like mid-20s. She would be like young adult, like probably like 19 or something, because I don't see her being in her mid-20s as the character, the main character, but there were still a lot of coming of age themes in the original like idea that I had for the comic for like the longest time. So I still want to kind of keep that like concept, still have her still be a bit younger but still be an adult. I just find I just enjoy writing about adults more. And again, like I like the coming of age themes, but as I've started writing adult characters, I realized I enjoy and more relate to the kind of a bit sheltered like coming of age experiences as an adult, those kind of like raised a bit sheltered. That's like her character basically.
Right.
I find it more relatable and more interesting for me to write about. And so as I've kind of been through college and had like more like experiences as an adult where I was like, wow, I'm behind in this shit. Like I've wanted to make her an adult more and more. So I'm probably going to redesign them as like adult characters, but still, you know, younger than like Eden. And because Eden's 30. And I think Kane is like 27 or something.
Grown ass woman.
Yeah. And then like the captain, she's like 40. So like they're much older than these characters I would write. But if I come back to it, I definitely want to make them adults because I just enjoy writing adults much more.
It's the kind of stuff that you want to be represented. So you're like you have more interest in doing that. Because you're saying that like,
exactly.
you want like more content that's like just gonna people in their 20s, like mid-20s. So like
yeah, I think also a lot of media because things like animation, a lot of things that I've consumed, like animation and like comics, even within anime and manga, where that has a very large adult audience, the most popular, you know, comics are still appeal to teenagers and like very like young underaged people. So just even if you're watching like anime and stuff, you're still like, you know, the stories are about teenagers and stuff. And so I think just when you're surrounded by that, you feel like that's like the default. And again, as you're a kid, when you're making OCs, kind of default to being like these like 15-year-olds or whatever. And so I think that's kind of like, because I wanted to have some coming of age themes in that comic, I kind of defaulted to making the characters like 12 to 15. But then as I've started writing more adult characters, I'm like, you know, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to make them adults, but that doesn't mean I need to abandon the same concepts that I had, but just write them a bit differently. yeah, hopefully I'll come back to that one. That one's it's very fun. I really like the character designs. I don't have any like current adult character designs for any of them, because when I stopped working on it to work on Second Contact, they were still left as kids at the time. I only decided I wanted to age them up as I started working on Second Contact. So maybe I'll come back to that one in the future. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I really like the designs I did for that so far, and I think the story's interesting. But I still need like a complete rework of the like major parts of the story being reworked. But I think the bones that I have of it are there and very interesting. That was like the beginning of my like online art presence. So like if you go to like so I did actually have what do you call it? An art account. Well, I had 2 different art accounts where I tried to start posting my art online, and then I couldn't keep up with it, or like I didn't have the motivation for it, so I stopped. So I have like 2 different art identities, other art identities online, but one was when I was really, really young. And again, there's a lot of like paranoia about like making friends online and stuff. Had really had that drilled into me. So then like for some reason I started getting really paranoid about like being online and like I guess like posting art online. So then I just like literally like abandoned my account. I feel bad because I had an art friend down there that we were gonna like make art for each other, and we did. We wanted to do more, and then I kind of just like disappeared. It was my DeviantArt, my super old DeviantArt account. I can't even remember the name I had on that account. Yeah, every blue moon I remember it, and then I go look at my DeviantArt account again. It's very interesting because you know you'd have like journal entries and stuff on DeviantArt, and I'm like, wow, I was a child reading them. It's very entertaining, cringe and entertaining. And then my other art account, I tried to post in high school. I didn't really have any theme for my art. I was just trying to make more art because again, like I was kind of like depressed in high school and early college, and like I didn't really make much personal art at all during those times. I took art classes and I knew I wanted an art job, but like making anything outside of school, I didn't really have any motivation for because I was depressed. But it's when I was in like community college that I took a digital art class, and I was like, wait, I really enjoy this. And then I started like, you know, discovering some shows and movies like The Dark Crystal that really, really inspired me. Like it like really brought back like what I was like. I watched that movie and I said, I want to make something that made me feel like this movie made me feel. And then I just went fucking crazy and I started making art again, which is crazy. I think that's all I really needed. I needed something to motivate me again. But yeah, I couldn't keep up. I maybe made like 3 posts on that Instagram and then abandoned it. So once I kind of got that motivation back, that's when like I started posting to my Serakatto Instagram, and then it kind of expanded from there because I wanted to share like my OCs and stuff. My earliest posts are all about the Everlasting Hollow World, and most of them were about the Everlasting Hollow World, and then some about Shelter, but like they're mostly just like new episode on Webtoon. Like I didn't really have a lot of art for it on Instagram. It was mostly like Webtoon content, and then after Shelter I was trying to figure out what to do, and then I played Mass Effect, and then I say it's been all monster stuff as if I actually post to my main Instagram account very often. I don't, because it's pretty much all comic stuff. But basically from there, it's been all Second Contact, because I just got super inspired and was like, actually, this is so much easier for me to write. Because I was really struggling with the writing for the Everlasting Hollow World, and so I was like, you know what, romance is a bit easier. I can get experience making a page comic this way. I don't have to worry about like a super complex, super long series, because the Everlasting Hollow World was kind of long. I'll probably make it shorter now that I have some more experience with Second Contact.
What's romance easier though?
Second Contact, definitely. Writing Second Contact is much easier.
No, I was saying like, why do you say writing romance is easier?
Because there's more character stuff going on. A lot of the plot is like the things that move the story forward, like, is more about the character, their relationship development. I mean, the world building and like the story outside of that is still very important, at least for me. But if you look at most romance stuff, it's more about the character interactions. Like the thing with writing the fantasy stuff is that like it's very like, of course the plot, characters, world building is all super important, but like there's a much more bigger emphasis about like the plot outside of the characters, and so you have to make the plot really interesting. And that's where I was kind of struggling. I had these arcs that were really cool, like character arcs, and like the setup was really cool, but I just didn't really know where I wanted this comic to go, like what the goal was. I kind of knew where the goal was, but like when you don't really have like what's the final conflict, what's like the big conflict, like it's kind of hard to have a sense of direction. And again, that can be said for like a romance series too, because my second contact is it's a romance, but it's also like, you know, like a space opera type like adventure sci-fi as well. But like because there's such a big emphasis on the romance, it's a bit easier to write. The plot outside of it doesn't need to be quite as complex. So it's much easier for me to write Second Contact. I feel like I come with ideas and like direction for the story much faster than I did with writing the Everlasting Hollow World. There was a lot of world building that I had to do with the Everlasting Hollow World, because a big portion of it was like they're also like encountering other like fantasy races, and that happens in Second Contact, but it's not a big emphasis. They're kind of just like other aliens that live in this world. You'll learn a bit about them, but they're not like super important. There's maybe only a couple alien type species that you'll really get like more in depth about their lore and stuff. The other ones you'll kind of learn small things about them to make the world feel lived in, and because it's kind of fun. Like, you know, I made that little like kind of manatee one where they have to like they have like the wetsuit on and stuff like that. Like, it's a very small thing, but I'm not going to go in depth about like the lore of those aliens because it doesn't really matter to the story. It might be like maybe extra content if I want to expand on it, versus like the Everlasting Hollow World really expanded on the culture of the other fantasy races because it was important to the story. So that made it a lot harder. I feel like it's much easier for me to write the world, because the world, I want to say like the world is generic in Second Contact, but it's definitely more generic than what was going on in the Everlasting Hollow World. But like, you know, the things that are important I want to put more effort into. And I like, you know, designing aliens, but I don't need like the super in-depth alien lore that like Mass Effect has or anything. I put that focus on the ones that are more important, like the Drex, the human lore. The human lore is very interesting. That's like one of the things I kind of wanted to expand upon a little bit in this in chapter 5, but I was struggling with because there's so much content with that, and it takes a lot of explaining, and I'm like, I don't want like a giant info dump. I'm trying to figure out how to make that work. But yeah, it's easier for me to write Second Contact. I feel like because you don't have, also the cast is smaller, so there's especially for the first half of the comic. The first half of the comic is like the main characters are basically just Eden and Kane. Sometimes the captain. She's more of a prominent character in the second half of the comic, because the second half of the comic has a major environmental and like total shift. Like the goal of the characters is completely different in the second half. And there's definitely a bit of a larger cast there. There's more alien characters in the second half that are like part of the main reoccurring cast, and not just like these side characters they interact with because it's part of the get to A to B type of thing. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a very different type of story. You still have like your main few characters in the Everlasting Hollow World, but there's a lot more depth to like the side characters in the Everlasting Hollow World compared to Second Contact.
Yeah, but I think like we do good like compared to other like some other contemporaries, that you know you start off with like the relationship between Eden and Kane, and then you like kind of like spend a lot of the time like setting that up until they reunite years later, and like
yeah, the setup was super important to have to make it work.
But you at the beginning, and it was like long enough to not get people hooked only into like the relationship between the two characters, and yet they allow you to like the space to like tell, like introduce the world and the characters and like the different aliens and that kind of thing. And then now you set all that up, now you're going back to like, you know, Eden and Kane. But
the character stuff.
Yeah, but there wasn't a point where like you did like a 2 year straight of Kane and Eden, and then like, all right, now we're spend like a lot of time on like the world, and like, well, we were just introduced to these characters, that we came here for these characters, and you're kind of like pulling the rug under us to like force down like lore into us.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find that balance. It was necessary for them to be apart, obviously, through chapter 1 and a good chunk of like chapter 2, where like Kane was there but they weren't interacting. I didn't even say chapter 3 because he's there but like they can't really actually talk to each other the way they need to. Chapter 4 is when they finally actually get to talk to each other again, but like we needed that setup, otherwise it just felt super rushed. But I'm trying to like expand more on the lore
Yeah, and I
like
think you're
critical stuff in more now because there's a lot of like unanswered questions about like because there's a lot of unanswered questions about what the war was about and why it happened. I don't need to go into like super big amounts of detail, but like I feel like that's a question that a lot of people have had. So I want to have like some sort of I want there to be a line of some sort that like kind of explains that, as well as maybe a bit of the human lore. We don't really know much about the human lore besides like you know like a bit about the military and like the role of like the Mad Dogs, and that's basically it. The human lore is very, very interesting. I think it's very, very interesting. It explains a lot about their culture. It explains a lot about why the military is the way it is, and why like Eden and like the people she works with are the way they are. It explains like the very strong. It really explains the anti-alien sentiments of the humans. It makes sense. It's not good, but it makes sense. So I'm very excited to expand upon that, but I felt like when I was writing chapter 4, it was getting too deep and it was becoming very info dumpy. So I'm trying to find the balance of like it not being info dumpy, but still answering some questions.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you are finding that balance because you are asking questions and they want to learn more.
Exactly.
So you're doing
I
something
just don't
right.
want to drag it out for too long to where people are like, okay, can we actually learn about this? Like I wanted to have enough of a trail that people are satisfied, but still wanting to learn more.
Yeah. Like Libra was saying, like Berserk has a lot of character focus. So does Dungeon Meshi. Did a lot of character focus alongside their world and the stakes.
Yeah, exactly. That's like kind of the balance I'm trying to hit because I can't tell you how many. Again, like I feel bad complaining about it because these are indie projects by young artists, probably doing their first webcomic. But the amount of webcomics, even like the ones that are professionally published by Webtoon, that started out with this giant info dump, my brain turns off, and I feel bad because like I basically skip it to like continue reading, but then I miss stuff that's really important. But that I have absolutely no interest in that first chapter because it's pure info dump. So like, I'm very much against like info dumping as much as possible. Of
Well, I
course,
mean,
like you can't fully get away with it, like, or you can't fully like not have it happen. Like sometimes it's just necessary because like, I had to have Kane yap a lot about like, how he's familiar with Eden to like the captain, or like because like how does he like kind of know certain things about Eden, and it's like, well, of course, because she was really famous and like this is what she did type of thing. That kind of gives some info to like readers about like more about like Eden and kind of like what she's been up to within like the 10 years or something. Her being a war hero and all this other stuff like that like explains a bit, but it doesn't get like too info dumpy. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to sprinkle it. I feel like the human lore will have to be an info dump because there's no way to like really explain it all with it like making sense and easy to absorb. Otherwise, you have all these like pieces that are a bit hard to like remember to put together. So it will have to be explained at some point, because Carnal or someone else may not know exactly how the humans got there. Or they'll know some things, but like, it's like, oh no, you don't know everything though.
right.
Yeah, the human lore, what's funny is like, I'm interested in the aliens, but I actually find the human lore a lot more interesting than the Drex lore. There isn't a lot that I actually don't know, to be honest, I actually don't have a lot of ideas for the Drex lore, their like history as much. Their history is a little bit less important than the human history because the humans are younger in the Galactic Society. It's kind of a little bit similar to Mass Effect in that way. The humans are very young in Galactic Society and Mass Effect. That's not quite the case in... It's sort of the same case in Second Contact, but the reasoning is different. Because in Mass Effect, the humans came across the rest of Galactic Society by coming across a mass relay, which is that, like, what is... Mass Effect, the title is like a state of... like a state of like physics or something in Mass Effect. And so the Mass Effect, that like state of physics is kind of what helps the power of the relay. They're called the Mass Effect relays, which is what allows the basically light speed space travel. And so the humans, like as they've been exploring space more and more, came across a mass relay. And when they used the mass relay, they came across the Turians, which is Garrus' species, and then the humans had a war with the Turians, and the Turians were like, what the fuck are you doing here? Who are you? And they're fighting and stuff. So like it's kind of similar where the humans are young in society and kind of disliked by aliens just because they're young in society, but the humans are especially anti-alien because of their history with aliens, because they were technically colonized by aliens. And so like the alien colonization very negatively impacted their like perception of galactic society and aliens in general, and caused them to kind of become isolationists. But you know, it's hypocritical anyways, because they trade a lot with aliens, and you know, they just hide it. It's like it's like a propaganda thing. There's truth to it, because obviously the humans were colonized. Their culture like very much destroyed. You know, it's kind of like that thing where it's like the oppressed can become oppressors, because you know that's literally what's happening right now in the real world. That shit happens. You know, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I just think I like the kind of weird, morally gray, complex characters and world building things. I think it's quite interesting because I think it kind of reflects life a lot better. Of course, like, you know, stories where you have these oppressed people that are victims and are extremely important, because again, that does happen. But then it's not uncommon that then those people will also oppress another group of people,
Right.
or will have, you know, racist or, you know, negative sentiments towards another group of people. So I think that sort of complexity makes the world feel more real and more interesting. Unfortunately, the everyone is racist to everyone in Mass Effect is unfortunately very realistic. Yeah, that's the people joke about it a lot. They're playing Mass Effect, and it's like every alien is racist towards the other aliens and racist towards the humans, and the sci-fi racism is very strong in Mass Effect. It's very interesting. It creates a really interesting like world, the complexities and like the history of that world. It makes it very interesting. I know some people don't like that sort of stuff in fantasy. I get it. I completely get it. Because sometimes you want to play a game and you're like, okay, I don't really want racism in my game. You know, they're not like, you know, saying, you know, racist things about black people or whatever, but you know, it's like aliens that hate other aliens.
Well, it's kind of like in like Skyrim, like everyone's like super racist in Skyrim.
Yeah, basically. It's sort of that thing. So I understand people wanting to play a game and then like, you know, I don't want to see racism in my space game. Like, I get it. It's completely understandable. But at the same time, it like, I don't know, it makes Mass Effect feel super like lived in, because that's kind of what'll happen when you have like a multi-species crew in society, unfortunately, in like an alien world. Like, it's one thing, it's like, it'd be nice if we'd escaped racism, but unfortunately we haven't, and sadly I hate to say that we might not ever. And it feels like really sad for me to say. It feels like it might not even be my place to say as a white person, but like, it's unfortunately like, I feel like there will always be someone who will be oppressed and discriminated against, because that's unfortunately we're human and it's not right and it's terrible, but we haven't managed to. Things have gotten better, but there's a lot that we haven't fixed yet. Although reading what's her name, Becky Chambers' book series, it's like Mass Effect if it was more chill. There's still like, you know, racism and stuff still exists in that world, but there's a bit. It has a more of like a positive outlook on things, which is quite fun. I don't know. It's like the Becky Chambers was inspired by Mass Effect. It doesn't feel like fan fiction, but the inspiration is quite obvious. It has the same qualities that I love about Mass Effect with like different aliens, but the aliens aren't just like blue people. They're actually like very anatomically different, and kind of some of them are more like creature-like in their appearance and stuff, and they have a very unique culture. But it has a bit more of like a cozy, like positive feel to it, even though there are like fucked up things that can happen to some of these characters. Like the third book is more about humans. It's not really about aliens, but that one was sad. But like not in a way that it's like a depressing book, but like something happens into it where you're like, oh, that's sad.
Yikes.
But no, actually the second book's kind of sad too. But that one's more about like androids, robots. But yeah, there are like other takes in like a similar type of world where it's a bit more positive, but she doesn't like completely hide any of the negatives that happen in her society. It's still very much there, but it has a bit more of a, people are a bit nicer to each other in her world.
That's nice.
I highly recommend it. If you like a lot of the world building that I do in Second Contact Mass Effect, and the Wayfarers book series by Becky Chambers is like what I would recommend to pretty much everyone. That and Strange Love, the Anagiri series.
Yeah, I think I read that one that you recommended to me.
Yeah, I like Strangelove. The second book's still good. I don't say I love it. It's one I don't reread as often. The first book is easily the best one. The third one is still good too. It's a little bit more corny than the first book, but it's still really fun. I think the first book did it best.